the USO. We'll go to the Siemens Institute. We'll go to bars on the Hudson.
Why would a cabbie get out of his cab for a student?
I don't know. But Mary Beth, it is called police work.
Well, it happens to be my job.
Your job is to protect people, not to drive around in a taxi cab waiting for somebody to kill you.
What happened? Michael didn't show up from school.
What about the local precinct?
I tried them before. They were down to his school. That's the last place he was seen, and that is the best that they can do.
Problem up there? Or you just like the way my face looks?
Gonna be jammed in the park today. You mind if I go up Central Park West? I say, you mind if I cut up Central Park West, 86th?
You know, I've been on to you from the start. I mean, you walk in here and you sprinkle the place with powder and perfume, and you think you're the queen of the Nile.
Huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're sitting in your throne and you're swilling down my liquor.
Look, mister, I...
Oh, yeah? Hey, you want some Ruffles? Huh? All right, come on. Yeah.
What are you, crazy?
Yeah.
I'm pulling this cab over. You sit back where you belong.
You make me.
Cut that out or I'll bust you
Make me.
Actors. Actually, I thought that was a pretty good invitation, Stanley Kowalski. I love you throwing the guy against the cab and frisking him. He never breaks character.
Well, I hope you passed his audition.
I can't believe you never saw Streetcar Named Desire.
Only on the Late Show. But Harv used to do an imitation of Brando.
Harv?
Yeah, he'd stand around a T-shirt. He'd go like this.
Mary Beth! Hey! Mary Beth!
Ladies, we've been waiting for you.
I'm sorry, sir. I picked up a screwball my last run.
Yeah, me too. Look, I got this drunk cowboy offers me $20 to drive him in reverse from Port Authority to Penn Station. He barfed all over the seat.
Save the anecdotes for later. Okay, this is where we are. We got a tentative report from the medical examiner on the third murder. The preliminary fiber samples taken from the cab all belong to the driver. No help there yet.
Lieutenant, what about the latents on 1 and 2?
You know how many fingerprints are on a New York City cab detective? We're looking at weeks, if not months, before we can lift a common print. The M.O. on number 3 was identical to 1 and 2. Driver found outside the cab, killed by a single blow to the head. No evidence of robbery. So what we have here is a pathological killer who's going out there after cab drivers, and I want him off the streets.
Keep driving?
Keep driving. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, get out on the streets. Any questions?
No, sir.
Let's go into the office and check the maps.
You are a detective, Cagney.
Yeah, well, I feel like a decoy. We ride around in cabs all day long, just waiting for this guy to hit again. Why can't they let uniforms do it?
Because uniforms are not trained in undercover investigation. You are. That's why you got that gold shield in your pocket.
Lieutenant, there are 10,000 cabs in this city. We've got 100 cops in them. That's 100 to 1 odds.
So? You got a better idea?
Yeah. We could be following up leads from forensic, checking psychiatric hospitals, that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay.
I'm in the cab 8 hours a day.
Oh, what's the matter? You never heard of overtime? Okay. All right, it's a lousy detail. Okay, you got my sympathy. But we're looking at a very ugly situation here. Already 20% of the cab drivers don't want to go to work. If we don't get this guy soon, we're going to have a city without cabbies. Now, you find out a way of nailing this crud without driving a cab. You tell me about it, all right?
Taxi! You could never get a cab when you want it.
Any luck? You kidding? Cagney, it's a lousy detail, and you've got my sympathy. But
8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
back in the cabs. Well, join the police force and see the world, huh?
How's a guy get a cab driver out of his cab? I mean, has a New York City cab driver ever gotten out, opened the door for you?
Once, when miniskirts were in.
Maybe for an elderly person. Wheelchair. None, maybe.
Hardly your homicidal killer types.
How about somebody with groceries?
I got it. A nun with groceries.
I think it's time to go home.
Me too. I can just get a cab.
Don't you think Harv looks kind of like a younger Marlon Brando, though?
Definitely. Mary Bent. Hey, Mary Bent.
No, seriously. You know, when they were thinner.
You are a sitting duck out there.
Oh, Chris is right in back of me in a backup car.
This guy has already killed 3 times. I mean, what is Chris gonna do if this guy decides to kill you? Honk the horn? Huh?
Honey, the man's M.O. is that he gets out the
Don't
cab.
give me this
And
M.O.
then
business.
somehow he
You
gets-
are bait for a killer, plain and simple.
Well, it happens to be my job.
Your job is to protect people, not to drive around in a taxi cab waiting for somebody to kill you. It is dangerous and I don't like it.
Oh, look who's talking here. Who's the one that wanted to work up on high construction with an inner ear problem?
Give me this stuff. Nobody was trying to kill me. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't want to be there when they hand me the flag, shake my hand, and tell me about the ultimate sacrifice Detective Lacey made for the people of New York. And neither does Harvey Jr., and neither does Michael.
Then don't show up. I don't need you.
The problem is, I think he's losing interest in me. Physically. Well, after all, we've been married 22 years. I suppose that's to be expected. Of course, he could be playing around a little on the side. What do you think?
I really don't know. Well, this is it. 23rd and 7th. Hey, Mary Beth.
Knock it off, will you, Christine? You want to take a break for lunch?
No, I got a better idea. Follow me.
Yes, ma'am.
Box the 2, the 6, and the 9 for a $20 exact in the 4th race. And a hundred to win on the 2. Yeah, that's it. Want a nut?
No, thanks. Max, you shouldn't waste your money betting on horses. Nobody's lucky enough to win.
Luck has nothing to do with it. I'm a scientist. I study the racing form like I study a stiff, methodically. Somewhere in there every day, there's a clue to the winner. Want a nut?
What have you got for us today?
I found a fiber. Fibers occasionally lead to information. But I should tell you, we're talking long shot here. Don't hold your breath.
What have you got that'll lead us to the killer?
The position of the body tells us in every case that the driver was bending over, turning away. The depth of the wound indicates a strong man, at least 200 pounds. The angle of entry suggests tall. I'd say 6'1", 6'2", 6'5".
What about the weapon?
The wound is deep and long. Sort of like an ice pick, but with more weight behind it.
Have a hunch what it is?
I don't play hunches. Not at the track and not here. I make educated guesses, usually correct, based on the scientific information. Now, this is some kind of specialized tool.
You tell us what to look for, we'll find it.
Well, imagine a hammer about 10 or 12 inches long, but a thin, pointed tip.
No, don't hurt her. Please. Mommy. No, don't hurt her. Stop hitting! Stop hitting her!
Hey, it's okay. It's a nightmare. You want to warm up some milk, huh?
You were bleeding. He hit you.
No, sweetheart, I'm not. Mama's right here. Look at me. See?
But I saw it.
Don't wake up your brother. Come here. Let's go. There we go. You had a pretty nasty dream, huh?
Yeah.
Well, what do you say? I'll read you that book about the boy that built the treehouse, huh? You used to love that one.
I'm too old for stories.
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes when I've had a bad day, I get your daddy to read to me.
Don't go to work tomorrow.
Huh?
I heard you fighting about the taxi driving last night. Daddy said it's like being a sitting duck.
No, but baby, it's not really dangerous. I got a backup car, got a radio.
Why can't you ask Mr. Samuels? They'll do something else. Like maybe you could answer the phones.
Well, Michael, you know that Lieutenant Samuels gives me my orders, right? So he would never order me to do anything really dangerous.
Yes, he would. You're gonna get killed.
No,
I
I'm
know
not.
it.
No, I'm not, Michael.
Please don't go out in the cab again. Please.
Okay, Michael, I won't. Okay? I'll ask Lieutenant Samuels to give me something else to do.
Promise? Cross your heart?
Cross my heart. Give me a little. You feel better? I never lied to him before.
Well, it wasn't a total lie. You promised him that you'd ask Samuel. Samuel's is going to say no. So you asked.
Harv and I don't lie to the kids. It's something we said we'd never do.
Well, it'll work itself out. Listen, I went to the library last night. I did some research on the murder weapons. There are very few occupations that use the tool like Max described.
I'm in level with him about Santa Claus.
Here, I made a list. Read that. Read. Archaeologists, bricklayers, geologists, gold prospectors. Well, I suppose we could forget the gold prospectors. These pants are cutting me in half. So, what do you say? You want to hit a couple of hardware stores?
You're not listening to me.
I heard every word that you said. You and Harvey promised that you would never lie to him. You leveled with him about Santa Claus.
Okay, you heard, but you're not listening.
Mary Beth, he had a bad dream. Huh? A nightmare. So you made up a little story to help him go back to sleep. What's so wrong about that?
I have to make him understand about the work.
How do you make a 9-year-old understand the work we do? Kids don't have the perspective.
What are you, Dr. Spock all of a sudden?
Hey, you want to make yourself miserable? So be miserable. For my money, I think you're a terrific mother. And if you're not doing the job... So, all right, we gotta hit the cabs. Samuels, you know? Terrific mother.
Come on, gorgeous. Time to get your fingertips dirty.
Artie, I think you've outdone yourself with this number.
I'm a mime. You're a pickpocket. You're a lousy pickpocket.
Yeah. Watch this. Man in a box.
What do you think, Marcus?
I think his future is in picking pockets.
You're a Philistine, Petrie. You've got no sense of the absurd. You're completely overlooking the existential statement inherent in the man in the box. You see, Marcus, we're trapped.
Arnie, please. Sergeant, have you got a print pad? Thank you.
You're supposed to be driving a cab, not studying archaeology.
We're on our way out, sir.
How you doing, Arnie? Love the outfit.
8 hours in a cab means 8 hours in a cab. What's this clown doing in here again?
Mime. Watch this, Lieutenant. Eucalyptus tree in the wind.
A mime is not supposed to talk.
Arnie, enough.
This could be your baby. It's the right angle. Where'd you find
In
it?
a hardware store. We hit a bunch of them this morning.
What are the chances that's the prototype?
2 to 1. Get off the rail, you bum! Someone ought to kill that jock.
Max, that's the right way.
Oh. 21, 22 ounces in the ballpark. Think rocks, and you're on the right track.
Geology.
3-2. Can you beat that?
Max.
Falls apart in a stretch like a cheap suit. Just that sawbuck goodbye.
Max, did you get anything on the fiber?
Check with Connor on the first floor. It may have come in this morning.
Thank you, Max.
Bernie, I want to get down on a second. What's Dolly's gift going off at?
Out of the 1,646 discrete fiber traces found in the 3 victims' vehicles, we're able to establish positive matching on 11 fibers. 8 should be disregarded forensically due to generality in the sample, e.g. polyester, Orlon, Dacron, etc.
Get to the point, will you, Chris?
Of the 3 remaining fabrics in the sample, 2 are outside normal testing limits for admissible evidence, leaving a pure wool, dye number 3346 blue, commonly found in U.S. Navy issue heavy coats, commonly called pea jackets. This fiber is made especially for the U.S. Navy and is not available elsewhere. Hear that, Mary Beth? Pea jackets. We got something.
Yeah. If you don't move the cab, we got a riot on our hands.
Let's go. Let's get moving.
Who else do you know, besides students, who wears pea jackets? I bet you 85% of all old pea jackets are worn by these students.
Oh, Max would love to take that action. You're talking a serious long shot. We got a pea jacket, we got a geology fix, so suddenly it's a geology student?
He's riding around as a decoy.
That's our orders. You realize this is not the only college in the city of New York with a geology department.
So we'll go to NYU, we'll go to Hunter's College, we'll go to City College and make a nice list.
Yeah, what if it's a sailor who likes rocks?
We'll go to the USO, we'll go to the Siemens Institute, we'll go to bars on the Hudson.
Why would a cabbie get out of his cab for a student?
I don't know. Look, Mary Beth, it is called police work, all right? We run down leads. 19 out of 20 of them don't even pay off, and it's the only way I know how to do it. So let's just do it, okay?
1 hour and 14 minutes before we get off the cabs. Then I can quit feeling guilty, and you can quit telling me how to do my job.
Right. 1 hour. And it's called rush hour. You want to sit bumper to bumper on 3rd Avenue? Because I don't, so come on. If you want. Do you want to go with me?
I'm doing this for Michael, not for you.
Great.
Geology student.
I don't understand this stuff, the percents. Can you help me?
That's easy. Percents are like ratios, like a part out of 100, you see? 4% just means 4 out of 100. So like a sales tax of 8% means you pay 8 cents for each dollar.
I thought you said out of 100.
Don't be dense, it was just a for instance.
Don't call me dense.
I'm trying to help you with your homework.
Oh yeah, I'll forget it. Mom will help me.
You know where Mom hid the marshmallow cookies?
No. What time's she coming home?
I don't know.
On October 9th, a cab driver was found murdered in Manhattan. John Freelick, aged 47, of the Bronx, was found bludgeoned to death beside his cab under the West Side Highway. This marks the 3rd in what the police believe to be a related series of brutal slayings that have terrorized the city's taxi drivers. Freelick, father of 3, had $41 on him at that time. The money was not taken. We have an exclusive interview for you today with John Freelick's widow, and for that interview, we go to Sandy Taylor on the scene in the Bronx. Sandy?
Hey, what are you doing?
Kojak's on.
I'm calling Mom to find out what time she's coming home.
You're not supposed to call her at work unless it's important.
Hi there, folks. This is Bob from Bob's Previously Owned Cars. I want you to take a look at a couple of cars we have down here. How about this beauty, huh? Power brakes, power steering, AM, FM, stereo, air conditioning, fan. My hat. Hello, no, don't even turn it down. I will not.
LaGuardia, 14th Squad.
Is Detective Lacey there?
Harvey Jr.?
No, Michael. Is my mother there?
This is Detective LaGuardia, Michael. Is anything the matter?
No, I just want to talk to her.
Well, she's not here at the moment.
I thought she's supposed to be at the station answering phones.
I beg your pardon.
Never mind.
Listen, Michael, I can get her on the car radio. Hold on just a moment. Anybody know Lacey's cab radio contact number? Michael? Michael, are you still there? Michael?
The lady at Hunter was certainly testy. It's not privileged information, and I can always subpoena it.
Chris, you know how long that takes?
I know that. But people in these registrar's offices don't.
Swell. How do you figure we're gonna get computer time for this?
Halper owes me a favor. I got her 2 tickets to a sold-out Vivaldi concert at Lincoln Center.
Oh, opera.
Chamber music. The cellist lives in the loft beneath me.
Here they are. And what exactly do you intend to do with this information?
This is an ongoing criminal investigation, ma'am. We want copies of the names and addresses, dates of birth.
We want to run it against a criminal records program.
You really don't think anybody in this department is a criminal now, do you?
We certainly hope not, ma'am.
Do you have a copy machine nearby?
Yeah, down the hall in 202.
Oh, terrific. I'll bring these right back. Thank you.
5 minutes.
Three possibles, 2 with misdemeanors, 1 of the 2 misdemeanors, also with a Class E felony.
What's the felony?
Marijuana.
Not interested.
What about the third one?
I always save the best for last.
It's your sense of the dramatic. Give me the printout.
Cagney, don't be so impatient. Mitchell Kavner, age 28, first arrest, 1979, assault. 1980, assault with attempt to do bodily harm. Remanded to the psychiatric hospital at Spring Valley, New York for observation. 1982, possession of explosives. Reevaluated Spring Valley and released. 1983, June, manslaughter 2, extenuating circumstances. Plea bargained into 3 years probation and psychiatric treatment as an outpatient at Bellevue. Nice guy to have running around at large, huh?
You got an address?
Yeah, it's all there, including blood type and religious persuasion, should you be interested.
Thanks, Ruth. We gotta run. Enjoy the Vivaldi.
It's Schubert, the Trout Quintet. Peasants.
We gotta be back at the garage in 48 minutes.
Yeah, well, what if we bring Kavanaugh in? Then we're out of those damn cabs.
We have to prove it, Chris, even if it is him.
6th and Avenue B? We can make it if we move. Come on, we're on a roll here! Number 4.
I don't think we got a case here, Christie.
Jay's gonna ask him some questions. Find out his whereabouts, the days and the times of the 3 murders. Look for geology for picking a pea coat.
We cannot arrest him for owning a pea coat.
Get a positive fiber match, we can.
Yeah.
Detectives Cagney and Lacey, NYPD. You Mitchell Kavanaugh?
Yeah, that's right.
I'd like to ask you some questions.
About what?
Can we come in, Mr. Kavanaugh?
You got a warrant?
No, but we can get one.
Well, then get one.
What do we do?
We get one.
You want a search warrant, huh?
That's what I want. 634 Avenue B, apartment 4, Mitchell Kavanaugh.
What do you got?
Well, we ran down a geology student who has a history of violent crimes, and I want to get back in there and get something substantial.
That's pretty weak, Cagney.
I know that, Lieutenant. I've just got a gut feeling on this one.
The suspect won't cooperate.
No.
Must be one of those law students, right?
No, geology.
Oh, rocks, right. You two leave no stone unturned, huh?
I beg your pardon?
It's a little wit, Cagney. Geology, stone, get it?
Got it, Lieutenant.
Okay, I'll call the DA's office and see if there's someone there who's got a judge who owes him one.
Thank you. How fast can you get it?
Tomorrow, if you're lucky. You in the cab?
We're checking one out of the garage right now. We're going to be on the noon to 8 shift.
Okay. You just keep driving.
Yes.
Paul.
Joe.
You know someone in the DA's office who's got a favor coming to him?
A warrant?
Mm-hmm. A long shot.
Try Ken Dickerson. He lost a murder 1 last week on excluded evidence. I think the judge was Rauschenberg.
Hey, what is it with this guy? Is he living here or something?
They keep releasing him on his own recognizance, Lieutenant.
Domino in spiritus sanctus.
I like it, but not enough to kiss it.
Pickpocketing's bad enough, Arnie. But in St. Patrick's Cathedral? It's a little tacky, isn't it?
Pride goeth before the fall, is Becky.
No kidding. How much you get this time?
6 wallets and a gold rosary.
Not bad, Arnie. I think we may be able to bump you up to grand larceny.
The meek shall inherit the earth. Just remember that.
Keep it in mind. You still live with your mother in Flushing?
Mea culpa, mea culpa, mea maxima culpa.
Control to car 11. This is car 11. I have a message for Detective Lacey to 10-1 his precinct. Car 11, 10-4. His precinct. Try Freddie Sobel's house? Or what about the schoolyard? Okay, it's not yet 7, Harv, so just calm down. I'll be there as soon as I can. Yeah. What happened? Michael didn't show up from school. Cover for me, will you? Yeah. Give me the keys.
You're supposed to be home at 4. We were gonna buy sneakers.
Did you try Judy Gabler?
She's a girl. You wouldn't be there.
They work together on a science
What's the
project. Number? 5559
9 what?
9658.
You know how many kids are abducted on the streets of New York every day?
We get calls like this all the time. 9 times out of 10, you know, they show up within an hour of the call to the precinct.
Hello, Mrs. Gabler. This is Harvey Lacey, Michael Lacey's father. Yes, ma'am. Is my son at your house by chance? I see. No, there's nothing wrong. We're just waiting supper on him. Thank you. Who else? Who else?
Honey, you know of any place else that he might be?
I already told Dad. We tried the video arcade, the movies, guitar store.
I'm gonna call every kid in this.
Oh, there's 42 kids in his class. Now, I don't have all their numbers. Look, it's only 8 o'clock.
What about the local precinct?
I tried them before. They were down at his school. That's the last place he was seen, and that is the best that they can do.
Thank God for the police.
Honey? Oh, why don't we all have something to eat?
Going back out in the car.
Want something to eat?
is it?
Michael Lacey.
Michael.
Hi.
You okay? Want to come in?
You sure live in a funny place. Looks like a factory from the street.
Your parents know you're here?
Wait a second, who are you calling?
Calling your parents.
Don't, please.
Michael, I've got to.
They'll come and get me.
Look, they have to be very worried about you. Huh? Tell you what, why don't I call them, tell them you're here and you're okay, and ask them if you can stay till 10 o'clock. Is that a good deal?
I guess so.
How'd you get here?
I took the bus to Kew Gardens, E-train to 53rd. I took the IRT downtown, then I walked. There was a man throwing up on the subway.
Harvey, it's Chris. I haven't got much. I usually eat out. You like veal pate?
What's that?
Well, it's kind of like meatloaf.
That's okay. I'm not really very hungry. Who's that guy in the picture?
That's James Cagney, the actor.
Is he in your family?
No, we just have the same last name. So, what do you think of the Jets? I mean, you think they'll get their act together this year or what?
Where do you keep your gun?
I keep it hidden.
You ever shoot it?
I fired it.
How many people you kill?
I've never killed anybody.
How come?
Some cops can go their whole career and they never have to shoot at anybody.
Did my mom ever shoot at anybody?
I think that's something that you ought to ask her.
She won't tell me the truth.
Michael, is that why you're here?
She said she wasn't going to drive the cabs anymore, and I found out she did.
Well, she didn't want you to worry about her.
About this taxicab man. I heard about him on TV. He killed 3 people.
And we're gonna get him.
Yeah.
We are. Huh? We got a lead on him. We think we know who he is.
So why don't you arrest him?
It's not that simple. We need a warrant. We need evidence.
Does he really use an ice pick?
He uses a geology pick.
Aren't you scared?
Yeah. I'm scared sometimes.
You're pretty. You don't have to be a cop. You could be a movie star.
I like being a cop. Thank you, though.
I can't understand how come you went to Christine.
Doesn't matter. I'm just glad she was home.
She doesn't know how to talk to kids.
How do you know?
I know.
What is this? You're jealous all of a sudden because your son can talk to someone else?
That is not true.
Hey, Mary Beth, look, I asked you not to drive the cab. Mikey asked you not to drive the cab. You went on driving it.
I'm not
what do you
having
expect?
this argument with you again,
Good.
Bob.
Good. I'm a big person. I can understand some things. Mikey is 9 years old. You got to make him understand what you're doing out there.
Hey, what do you want me to tell him, huh? You want me to tell him about babies with cigarette burns on their belly? Or how about dead junkies with a needle still hanging out of their arm? Or a hooker. Hooker got beat half to death because her pimp doesn't think she brought in enough money. How do you want me to tell our kid about that, huh? Huh?
I don't know. like I like you, bum.
Yeah, it was really wiped out. 1 bus, 2 subways, and a 6-block walk.
Well, we better get the guy home. Come on, baby. All right. Let's go.
Listen, now keep the quilt. Mary Beth can bring it to me in the morning.
Thank you very much, Chris.
You're welcome. Why don't you go ahead and get the elevator? I'll be 1 minute.
A minute.
What'd you tell him?
Nothing he didn't already know. He heard LaGuardia on the phone trying to get the cab radio call number. He's a terrific kid.
Yeah.
He really is. He's just scared.
Yeah.
About the cab.
Yeah.
Maybe you ought to talk to him. I don't know. Hey, what do I know about kids?
Did he eat anything?
Hey, Mary Beth.
Just like Brando.
Yeah. Yeah. See you in the morning.
Bye.
Wants a glass of water.
He woke up?
Yeah, as soon as he said it's the pillow.
Can I take it to him?
Yeah, sure.
How's that?
Thanks.
Michael, I love you very much. You know that, don't you, sweetheart? And I'm so glad you're safe. I did something wrong, Michael. I lied to you. And, I'm sorry. I hope that you'll forgive me. I did it because I didn't want you to worry, and you wound up worrying anyways, and so it turned out to be not such a hot idea, did it? I'll tell you what, though, I learned something very important here. And from now on, if you want to know something, you ask me, I'll tell you the truth. And if you don't understand it, then I'll try to explain it to you, okay? Or could we try it that way for a while, see how it works? What do you say? Oh, come on. Michael, don't do this to me. Don't hold on me. I mean, if you don't give me a hug pretty soon, I'm gonna cry. Come on, sweetheart. We both need it. Give me a hug. Okay. That's my boy. That's my beautiful boy. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss.
You can have him back tomorrow, Captain. Bright and early. Yeah, you got my word on that. Thanks. I appreciate it, Captain. Okay, I got you sprung for today, but just today. This thing goes nowhere and you're back in the cab.
Yes, sir. What about the warrant?
Pick it up at Judge Rauschenberg's clerk's office. That's in the municipal court building.
Top of the morning, Mr. Kavanaugh.
You two. You got a warrant. If
Signed by Judge Rauschenberg. May we come in, please? Go ahead.
Am I under arrest or something?
Sit down, relax.
No, not yet. So what do you think, Mary Beth?
6'1", 190 pounds. It fits our description.
What are you looking for, huh? What are you looking for?
Number 2.
What do you mean, number 2?
You got a geology pick, Mr. Kavanaugh?
Hey, you might as well just Miranda me. I don't have to say a word.
No, that's right, you don't. Since you're not under arrest, however, we can't ask you questions. If you choose not to answer them, of course, that's your business.
Call him my lawyer.
Good idea.
Felix, please.
Yeah.
That's 3. Put it down. Put the phone down.
Mr. Kavanaugh, you know officially have the right to remain silent. Should you give up the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be held against you in a court of law. Would you please tell us your whereabouts between 2 and 3 p.m. on Wednesday, September 26th?
My client has no memory of that day.
How about Monday, October 1st, 11 a.m.?
No memory.
Well, the last one's only 6 days ago. Wednesday, October 9th.
No memory.
Mr. Parachenko, why'd you play ball with us here? We're only gonna have to hold your client, put him up in front of a grand jury.
Hold him? What are you gonna hold him on, a pea jacket and a pick?
He fits the physical description.
What physical description? Come on.
We've established forensically that the killer was 6 feet, 6'1", 180, 220 pounds. We're waiting now for the fiber test and the latent fingerprints.
Those tests come up negative, and you're facing a false arrest charge. I'm talking 300-400 grand. Easy. Out of court.
Lieutenant wants to see you both in his office right away.
Why don't you see if you can remember something in the meanwhile?
We'll be back. I think he's our man, Lieutenant. His attorney won't let him open his mouth. He fits the physical description.
It's not your man.
What, the fiber test come in already?
What's he got, an alibi?
Doesn't need an alibi. They got the killer a half hour ago. Caught him in the act. An undercover officer made the collar, Cagney. You want to know what the MO was? How he got them out of the cabs?
Yes, sir.
A wheelchair. He used a wheelchair. Cabbie would pick the guy up, put the wheelchair in the trunk, then they go for a drive to some out-of-the-way place, and when the cabbie got the wheelchair out of the trunk, started to set it up, well, you got the rest of it, right?
Yes, sir. Is he at least wearing a pea coat?
Why don't you read a copy of the report from the 12th? They made the collar. But I'll tell you one thing. You got one thing right. Geology pick. You found one on him. That was good work.
Thank you, sir.
Come on. What are you looking like a pair of drowned puppies for? Guy's nailed. You two got the lead on the murder weapon. Killer's off the streets, huh? And you don't have to drive a cab anymore.
Thank you, sir. Wheelchair. I said wheelchair to you. Didn't I say wheelchair on Tuesday? Nuts!
Victor.
Oh,
Hi. Would you do me a favor?
sure.
Well, there's this man over in the interrogation room, Mr. Kavanaugh, and he has his attorney, Mr. Parachenko. And I was wondering if you'd just go tell them that they could go now. For me?
Sure. How you doing with the cabs?
I got promoted. Thanks, Victor.
Sure.
What do you think about it, Chris? It's good news. Michael Lacey, for one, will be delighted.
How is the truant?
You know, you're better with kids than you think you are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hard to believe, huh? With the pick and the pig goat physical description, no alibi, it's hard to believe.
I'd like to get that guy on something. I'd like to get his lawyer on something. False arrest suit? Did you check the suit on him? $29, 14th Street.
Hand me that pending file, will you?
Take your pick.
Okay. We got a burglary, grand larceny auto. We got a bar armed robbery.
No witnesses there. 28 people are inside that bar. Nobody sees anything.
How about a flasher on the BMT?
Give it to the transit police.
How about lunch?
That's a good idea. Let's go someplace outrageous.
Diamond.
I have this sudden urge for scampi.
I have $16.
My treat.
Oh, wait a second. I forgot the keys to the car.
We'll take a cab.
I'll get the keys. I have my priorities, Christine. I thought I was gonna die, and I got a second chance.
So you're gonna quit? For what?
She's losing her partner.
I have a right to lead my life the way I want to without checking with Christine Cagney.
Time that you started thinking about a new partner. Not even marriages last forever.
Lieutenant, you're not making this very easy.
It shouldn't be easy. I don't want you to make a decision you're going to regret one day.
Next to me, I think you're the best cop in action I've ever seen. I think it's selfish to throw away everything we got going for us.
Whole wheat zucchini pineapple, huh?
That sounds awful. Mary Beth, is this place any good? When I invite you to lunch, I wish we'd not worry about being extravagant. I mean, we should splurge a little.
Just being able to go out to lunch with you again, splurge it for me.
So, what did the doctor say?
First, I'm finished with radiation therapy. Second, my implant is doing very nicely. No sign of infection. And third, he doesn't want to see me again until next month's checkup.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh. Good. Come back to work.
Well, I was thinking that maybe I might take a little bit more time off, Christine.
You can't. I've been doing desk duty for 5 weeks. I'm going crazy.
Now, you're not the only one, lady, but you get going for crying out loud.
If you want to go past, go past.
Hey, I want an omelet.
What are these omelets? They look great.
Yeah, but Hog says stay with the special. The special is always good here. Over there. Right. Stick with the special.
Yeah.
Maybe you could get Samuels to put you with someone from another squad.
Yeah, he mentioned it, but I told him you'd be back before we even processed the paperwork.
What'll it be, doll?
Broiled chicken's good.
Chicken's Monday. Today we got meatloaf. Nice and juicy, just for you.
Okay, I'll have meatloaf.
Make it so.
Anyway, so your sick leave's up on Friday.
Yes, it is, Christine, but to say the truth, I'm thinking about putting in for an extended leave of absence.
You what?
Well, there's a lot of things to consider here, Christine.
Here's your meatloaf. Anything else, doll?
No. Yeah. My partner'd like to have hers.
How are you today, pretty lady?
Also unavailable, but thank you.
It's Harvey, isn't it? Huh? Is he still worried about you?
Harvey is the best. And those 2 young men, Christine, I tell you, I think I underestimated the 3 of them. And when I was in the hospital, and after when I was so weak, I had to lie down every 6 minutes. They were wonderful. But I had a lot of time to think, and I started thinking that, you know, there's all these things we didn't do together yet. No places we didn't go. You know how Harv and I, every summer, we talk about going out west to see the Grand Canyon, and maybe come back through the Yellowstone Park.
So next summer you take 3 weeks off in July.
No, there's things I want to do for the boys, Christine. I mean, Harv Jr., I want to sign him up for this free contest on Tuesday night. We can hear all that music together. And Michael, I want to take him to the science fair and the car show. And there's this hot air balloon display at the Armory next month. We're working 8, 10 hours a day. When did I have the time? And now I do. I can't put off till tomorrow, Christine. What if I do when tomorrow never comes?
So you're gonna trash your whole career just like that?
Don't be mad. What are you getting mad for? I mean, it's never gonna be the way it was anyways.
Why do you say that?
All I'm gonna be is the oldest detective third grade in Manhattan. You're gonna be sergeant.
Yeah, like that would make a difference with us?
Everything is different, Christine. I thought I was gonna die, and I got a second chance. I want to do right by it. I want to figure out what's right for my family. And don't you go trying to change my mind on this. I have my priorities, Christine. I need you to respect them. Now eat, it's the special.
What do you think? A little more authority. I'd use a Windsor knot. Your tie. More leadership quality. Here.
Oh, leadership, yeah, that's important. You know what really counts when you're on camera? Charisma. That's why I'm gonna rack up all my points. I heard there were always a couple of lady judges.
Nobody knows who the judges are, Victor.
Yeah, there's gotta be some women there, right? You know, equal opportunity and all that garbage. What do you think about my hair?
You know, I remember the old days when mastery of men and situations proved a detective's worth. When judgment and grace under pressure made the difference. You know, when it took more than a pretty face to make sergeant. But that was before the brass decided that a written exam wasn't enough to judge a sergeant's candidate. Now they gotta make them TV stars as well.
Give me a break, Coleman. It wasn't our idea to do the interview on tape.
Don't forget the powder, Victor. Your nose is shiny.
Get out of here, Coleman.
Break a leg, Victor.
Hey, same to you, buddy.
Just blowing off a little steam, that's all. I've seen it before. Cop gets tired, a little burnt out. First thing you know, he thinks he wants to chuck it off. Remember that time before when Lacey took off?
Yeah, but this isn't a burnout weekend. I mean, she was just operated on for cancer.
Of course she's worn out. Going through something like that's got to take its toll. Wait, you'll see. As soon as she's feeling real active again.
No, but she feels great. I gotta tell you, she's never looked better. And she's beat this thing. And she's still ready to kiss off her entire career. I don't know, maybe she's going through midlife crisis.
I thought that was only for guys.
I don't think so. Anyway, please, Lieutenant, you gotta talk some sense into her.
Cagney, I told you already. The cop thinks he's ready to throw in the towel. First thing he does is take some time off, just like she's doing. Starts hanging around the house with the wife and kids, trying to figure out what to do with the rest of his life. And then starts going stir crazy. Believe me, she'll be back.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Yeah, she just came in. Hang on a minute. Cagney, line one for you at your parking garage.
Great, my transmission's probably leaking again.
You know, when I took the test, I scored in the upper 10 percentile of the top 100 guys.
Cagney?
Coleman, come on. When you took the test, there were only 100 guys competing.
What? 3 attendants on duty. And some punk waltzes in here and steals my car out from under their noses?
My men don't have the eyes and back of their heads.
How about in front?
Look, lady, if you're not happy with our service...
Happy? What? You ripped me off $350 a month for this junk parking space and this lousy security, and you asked me to be happy? I had to shut you down for public fraud, mister.
We have a report of a stolen vehicle.
No kidding. This is what you're looking for. Canary yellow, 68 Corvette, white interior, stick shift. License number 810-FEM. Vehicle identification number RT2377789.
Did you say it was yellow?
I said canary yellow. Do I have to start at the top with you guys?
No, ma'am.
Good deal. I want this alarm put out on the teletype and on the air within an hour. Wait a minute. This wasn't here when I parked my car last weekend. I want a photographer down here taking pictures. I think the thief left his signature.
Sergeant's candidate is Becky. We'd like you to simulate the appropriate handling of the following incident. There is a disturbance at the Toulouse-Lautrec restaurant. A drunken, disorderly customer who claims to be a member of the international diplomatic community refuses to leave the premises. Officer O'Hurley, here to my right, will simulate the role of the alleged diplomat. The tape is running.
Sergeant is Becky from the 14th, Mr. O'Hurley. I have been called to escort you from the premises.
I don't care who you are. I have diplomatic immunity. See this passport here? I'm staying right here until I get the drink I ordered.
I'll need to confirm this information with my duty captain, sir, to ascertain its correctness. In the meantime, I'll have to ask you to refrain from consuming any more alcohol.
You can ask anything you want, boy. I'm staying right here until I get the drink I ordered.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Look, he can't do that. He would never call me boy. No way. Not with my build, you know?
The tape is still running. You're looking very nice, Lacey. Look well, like you're all better.
Well, I'm feeling good, sir.
You know, Lacey, if you submit this request for leave of absence, you're going to be officially off the payroll.
But I have the option of returning as long as I do it within 12 months. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, that's true. But if at the end of that time you can't make up your mind and that's it, you're officially terminated, you don't get a second shot.
I wouldn't ask for one, sir.
You know, you're going to lose your seniority and all the medical insurance benefits while you're off. You know how much insurance costs these days, don't you? I think you got more people to consider here besides yourself, Lacey. How steady has Harvey's work been lately?
With due respect, sir, that's none of your business.
What if one of the kids gets sick?
Gee, Lieutenant, you're not making this very easy.
It shouldn't be easy. It should be damned hard. I don't want you to make a decision you're going to regret one day. We're talking here of a 14-year investment, Lacey. What do you think about that? You're a fine officer, Lacey, with a good record. I think, therefore, that maybe a couple more weeks on the city's expense account is okay. Take them.
I'm not sick anymore. That wouldn't be right. Thanks anyway, Lieutenant. Mary Beth! Oh, hiya, Chris. You didn't say you were coming in. I gotta hurry. I'm meeting the boys after school. Wait, Mary Beth. I'm late. Chris, I'm sorry. Those boys. They didn't even touch their zucchini royale.
It's okay, babe. With all the cooking you've been doing, I'm eating enough for both of them.
Take your vote.
Wait, whoa. It's
How you doing on that Columbus Avenue bid, Hoff?
good. Real good, I think. I can't believe the big boys are going to bid any lower. I mean, what's my overhead? Nothing. I think we make the deal. Real nice piece of change, Mary Beth.
So we're doing all right, huh? Pretty much caught up, right?
Hey, relax your head. I told you, with your insurance, we got the hospital thing covered.
Harv, I went by the precinct today. I picked up a request for leave of absence. What do you think? You think we could make it on one salary? I mean, just for a while. Till Hoff Jr. graduates high school. Michael's a little older.
Always said I didn't want you to work.
I wanted to work, Harv.
If it hadn't been for that bum streak of luck with my inner ear problem, you would have stopped a long time ago.
I'd like to work. I like my job. Things are different, that's all.
You bet they are, babe. Rough times are over. I'm on my feet again. I can take care of my family just fine.
It was too close, Harv. I mean, I had to think about what it would be like if I had only a couple more years, a couple more months with you and them. I want no regrets. I want never to wish that things had been different.
You want to quit?
Could we afford it?
Whatever you want, Mary Beth, we can afford. Whatever you want, my sweetheart.
Well, I can tell you right now, those uniforms are going to foul up the 61. You should have seen them. You're a couple of kitty cops.
Maybe they'll come up with something, Christine.
Yeah, but see, I can't wait that long. And I thought maybe you could come up with an idea, then we could bounce it around.
You do all right in the idea department, Chris.
Mary Beth,
Chris,
you know you
phone
can
call.
think of angles that no one else ever thought of.
Chris, I'm in the middle of a kind of tricky ossobuco sauce. Could I call you back this afternoon?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to be downtown seeing Detective Boyle at the gang unit this afternoon anyways. Why don't I just swing by afterwards?
Oh, no, that would not be good.
Why not?
I'm taking Michael, the orthodontist.
How about tomorrow?
No, tomorrow we're going to the Bronx Zoo.
Well, when are you and the boys going to be home?
I don't know, maybe 6.
6 o'clock is perfect. I'll see you then.
This woman is something else. Steamroller's got nothing on her.
You and Chris got problems?
No, not me. It's not my problem. I'm not on company time anymore, but she's got a problem. Somebody stole her car. I mean, it's lousy, but, she's treating it like it's life and death or something. I gotta drop everything and come and help her.
Maybe it's not the car she's so worked up about.
Huh?
How does she feel about you not working?
You know, Chris. Anytime she doesn't get her way, she gets very grumpy.
I don't think you're being fair here, Mary Beth. I mean, staying home might be great for you right now. Chris, she's losing her partner.
I have a right to lead my life the way I want to without checking with Christine Cagney. No matter what she says. Oh, why don't you fix this pilot light here? Huh? This side works and this side never does.
Ghetto art, the papers call it. Each gang has its own special signature. The Fifth Street boys specialize in black and white death masks. Here is the Avenue B Apache's calling card. You see the red crosses dripping with blood? You notice how the letters are practically hieroglyphics. It's just like they have their own special code. Here's one you can make out. This is a C and an S. It stands for Consafos. A lot of these guys' fathers were in the same gangs before them.
Look, I don't need a course in street gangs, Detective. I need to find the whereabouts of the thief who ripped off my car.
You ought to develop a little appreciation for art, Detective Cagney. With all the stress of contemporary society, I find it soothing to the soul. Now, this is the Shadow Warrior's handiwork. You notice the three-dimensional block letters in orange and blue? Similar to the El Vengador signature on your parking space.
Sure is. So where do we find the Shadow Warriors?
As soon as we cross over Bedford Avenue, we'll be on Shadow Warrior's turf. El Vengador is their busiest boy with a spray gun. He's probably trying to earn his stripes with the gang's senior members, the veteranos, by spraying his name in the most outrageous places, including the scene of the crime.
So how long before we can run down an address?
It could be a matter of hours. On the other hand, it could take a few days.
In a few days, my car can be stripped to the floorboards. Wait a minute, slow down.
What?
Look at that!
Could have sprayed it.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna check out the serial number.
Wait up for me, man.
se mueva, ladrón!
We're police officers. We're investigating an auto theft. I'm going to reach into my left pocket and get my badge.
No, no!
It's your neighborhood. You got any ideas?
How's your Spanish?
Cosi cosa.
Está bien, señor. Somos la policía. Ponga su pistola abajo, por favor. La mujer policía pensó esto es carro de ella.
No, señor. Quítese de mi carro. La policía ya está por llegar.
You're just trying to pinch Dr. Aquinto's car. He called the cops.
Grand larceny auto, and you made bail already.
Hey, Marty, we're impeachment inspector working on a hot car ring about 2 months ago.
Yeah, till they hit a dead end. It's buried in Petrie's case file.
How dead is it?
Barely breathing.
Hey, tomorrow's another day, kiddies.
It was easy for Scarlett to say all she lost was her plantation.
Crime victims have to call. Now you have to make your call tomorrow morning.
Yeah, the watch commander's on.
Hey, Jerry, man. Not fair. Yeah, I'll take her online, too. Try it.
Did you check all the records and files for the wanted info?
Can I help you?
Hiya, Marcus. I thought you'd left.
You were wrong.
Uh-huh. Well, I didn't want to bother you at home, what with Claudia and Lauren and all. And I was just looking for an old file here from those car thefts you were investigating.
You could have asked for it.
Well, actually, I was trying to do you a favor.
And how's that?
Well, I thought if I could get a lead, see, on my missing car, that maybe it'd help solve your dead case.
You know, I hate to tell you this, Chris, but this is no small-time operation. They fill orders for big spenders in the prime European market, and if they had an order for a canary yellow sports car, your baby could be on its way to Marseille right now.
Thanks for the encouragement.
You're welcome.
You can get in my drawers anytime you want, Cagney.
Be still, my heart.
We get to the planetarium right after school. We can see the laser show. Then we can hear the whole story of the stars and the planets and the Big Bang and the beginning of the universe.
Would take long. I gotta meet a friend at 5 to work on my history project.
Oh, all right. Well, why don't you just bring him along, and then you can come back here and study.
Well, we've already made plans to study at her house.
Our house. Harvey! Pancakes are getting cold. Well, I guess it's just you and me, huh, kiddo?
Sorry, Mom.
What do you mean, sorry, Mom? I made special plans for you guys.
Good morning.
Not so far, it isn't. What is your excuse, young man?
Frankie Chambers and I gotta practice for basketball team tryouts.
Oh. Since when are you playing basketball already?
I'm going on 11, Mom.
That explains it.
Well, I gotta go. See you later, Mom.
Wait a second. I hardly touched your breakfast. Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine. Bye, Dad.
Bye, baby.
Harvey's in love with Tiffany Rinaldi.
Shut up, shrimp.
Tiffany who?
Tiffany Rinaldi. She's stacked. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. Maybe we can go to the planetarium next week.
Stacked?
Stacked. I gotta run.
Wait a second.
I'm
What
running
about
behind.
breakfast?
I'm running behind.
You're not running anyways, Mr. Lacey. No, they made this breakfast here. There's buckwheat pancakes and special blueberry syrup. It's no fun eating by yourself.
Why don't you do something special today? Why don't you buy yourself a new dress?
I bought myself a new dress yesterday.
Why don't you go to the beauty parlor?
What's the matter? Don't you like the way I'm doing my hair?
We having fun yet?
Go on, get out of here. Go.
You drive me crazy, you know that? Huh?
Go.
Fire in your eyes. You
Get
know it.
out of here. Harvey? You got any cash?
Yes. Oh.
Thank you. Bye.
Cagney! You know the purpose of a mailbox?
I'm busy, Coleman, okay?
The purpose of a mailbox is for a detective to look inside once in a while to see if there's a message there.
Coleman!
From your friend Boyle. Name and address of the suspect in Brooklyn. You're welcome.
Sergeant's candidate Petrie. We'd like to hear the step-by-step procedure explaining the proper way to interrogate a suspect. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. The object of any interrogation is to take control of the situation and place the suspect at total disadvantage. First, separate the suspect from any familiar environment and conduct the interrogation in alien surroundings, preferably precinct headquarters. Now, in order to maximize the intimidation of the suspect, the physical location should offer no distractions of any kind that might deter the suspect's focus from the officers in charge. Always remain calm and in full control of the situation. Once the procedure commences, the officer in charge should never leave the site without having achieved some forward movement in the interrogation. Assuming full authority, the interrogating officer must, at all times, remain controlled, alert, and constantly vigilant, not allowing their attention to wander from the situation under surveillance. To further intimidate the suspect, official folders with the suspect's name attached should be prominently displayed within visual range.
Hey, Vengador! ¿Qué es lo que hay, bro?
This will indicate to the suspect that the most exacting standards of professional police procedure have been utilized to ensure positive identification and a high degree of information and intelligence bearing upon the matter in question. The first questions asked are designed to be answered in the affirmative in order to measure response.
El Vengador?
Oh, baby, what can I do for you? If at first the suspect is uncooperative, the questioner will continue to exhibit full mastery of the situation. The officer in charge will introduce another simple question, continuing in this vein until the desired affirmative answer has been elicited. The purpose is to build slowly to the more incriminating questions.
You want a chili dog?
Very good.
I said have a chili dog. Now get in here. There. 2, please. Sit down. Now, this is the big picture, Mr. Estevez.
You can call me Hector.
Fine, Hector. This could be your last chili dog in the free world. Right now, I can book you on grand larceny and resisting arrest. Or I can give a poor kid a break if I get my car back.
Look, Daddy, I don't know what you're talking about, you know?
Yeah, well, you can call me Detective Cagney.
All right. Detective Cagney. See, now this puts me in kind of a bad spot, you know? I mean, I got nobody to give me no legal advice or nothing, seeing as I've never been in this kind of trouble before. But if I had some fancy lawyer, if I had a serious problem like this, if I was in a situation where some smart lady cop could work me over, you'll excuse the expression, I'm pretty sure the dude would tell me not to incriminate myself.
Don't try and smoke me, kid, okay? Because I saw the evidence you left where you stole my car, El Vengador.
Now, that's a very popular name in my neighborhood. Maybe you got me confused with somebody else.
Sure. You got more than one car thief named El Vengador?
I told you I sell bridal gowns. Look, see? Now, this is classy stuff here. I got satin skirts, rhinestone daisy veils, and I give the consumer a real price break, too.
I hate to think where you ripped those off.
You're hurting my feelings.
And I really hate to lock somebody up on their first...
Listen, I was thinking that maybe some of my friends might have seen your car, all right? So maybe if I just ask around.
Maybe they already mentioned it to you. Maybe you could even take me there.
Well, if I knew, I wouldn't get the hombre in trouble.
A decent citizen who reports the whereabouts of a stolen vehicle certainly wouldn't be implicated in the theft.
Cagney, we can talk.
You got any snaps?
Oh, I might have a few in my purse.
Oh, all
My
right. You want me to go in?
Yeah, my wallet right there.
All right. I just love pictures. No matter how old you get, you look so young in them. Here. This it?
Yeah, that's Harvey Jr. That's his picture from 8th grade. But the school portraits never do them justice.
Oh, still, he's so handsome. He's got your eyes. Big and brown, just like Bambi's.
Yeah.
Who's this?
That's Michael. That's his first day at school.
Oh, he's so tall already. Is he 6 now?
No, he's 10, going on 11. No more babies.
Oh, who's this?
That's my husband, half senior, and me. Geez, that's an old one.
Are you dressed up for some costume party or something?
Actually, that's my graduation picture from the police academy.
You're a policewoman? Like Angie Dickinson?
Oh, don't I wish. But no, I'm a detective.
Like Kojak?
Yeah, sort of.
No kidding. You ride around with one of those red lights on top of your car?
Sometimes.
Oh, your family must be so proud.
Are you sure?
On the grave of my mother. An hombre I know delivered it himself.
Well, we've missed him.
That's okay, we can break in.
Hector, no thank you. I'd be much more comfortable with a search warrant in the morning.
Up to you. You know, you're not a bad-looking lady. Especially when you smile, you know. I bet some hombres be after you skirts. Maybe even begging you to shack up permanent, huh?
Hector, I'm not on the market for rhinestone daisy bridal veils.
Oh, not now, not now. Later, maybe. Quien sabe? Who can say, look, you and me, we ought to stay in touch.
We will. You owe me.
Huh? Owe you?
Don't get upset. I take installment payments with no interest. Just solid, reliable, straight information whenever I want it.
You mean you snitch?
We call them confidential informants.
Wait, hey, Cagney. Hey, Cagney! I leveled with you.
Hey, Hector, I'm leveling with you. Look at it this way. Some other cop could still send you up for grand larceny auto. It's up to you.
Yeah. Oh. Hey. Hiya, Chris. I've been in the beauty parlor all day. They got me fixed up like a poodle. What do you think? Harvey hates it, too. I hate it, and I'm gonna wash it out. Come on, take your coat off. So 2 hours under the dryer, I was thinking about your car.
Oh, I found it.
48 hours, you found it. Great.
Well, I think I found it. I found the thief. A little con man. I'm telling you, he'd have a great political career if he ever went straight. Anyway, he took me to where he laid it off, and I'm gonna go by tomorrow with a search warrant.
Great. So you didn't need me for any new angles after all, huh? Listen, you want a drink? No. Bob just went out for pizza. You want to stay for dinner? I told him you like onions.
Listen, you really fixed up the apartment, huh? New slip covers and everything.
Yeah, and pillows. Now, I think I finally figured it out about needlepoint. It looks easy, but it's hard on the eyes, believe me. Little tiny stitches. And you see the kitchen cabinets here? Harvey's been promising for years to paint these, and I was home. I painted them myself. Put new shelf paper, new curtains, cleaned out all the closets. A lot of things. I keep busy.
Still keeping busy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been reading cookbooks cover to cover, and this new biography of Lincoln's very interesting. Interesting man.
I wish you could hear yourself.
Hmm?
You're cleaning out closets and you're papering shelves and reading biographies. You're filling your time, Mary Beth. You're making up stuff to stay home.
I'm doing what I want to do.
Listen, Mary Beth, I know what's going on in your mind. You're afraid if you come back to work, everybody's going to be walking on eggshells around you because you had cancer. Hell, even the word is scary. But you beat it.
Yeah, I beat it for now. But they're all going to be waiting around. Seeing if I have a relapse any minute.
You think they're gonna ever give me a chance at Major K squads?
So work your tail off and prove they're wrong.
Maybe you lose a couple of years, but you're smart.
Couple years?
How would you feel if you had to wait till you were 40 before you got another chance at the sergeant's exam?
So you're gonna quit?
For what?
Do more needlepoint?
Now, what's it to you anyway? Not gonna harm your precious career any. You don't need me. Let me tell you something, Mary Beth. When they first told me I was going to be partnered with a woman, I was not too thrilled. Frankly, I told my father I didn't think you could cut it. And then after he met you, you know what he said? He said, there's a woman who knows people. Christine, you can't go out on the streets without having a partner who knows people. Next to me, I think you're the best cop in action I've ever seen. Sometimes maybe better. Because you keep your head when it's screwed on straight. And I think you're damn selfish to throw away everything we've got going for us.
Man with a hot pizza. Man with a hot pizza coming through.
Hey, Luigi's personal delivery. Best pizza in 5 boroughs. Hi, Chris.
Hiya, Harvey.
Hiya, sweetheart. Hi. All right. We got pepperoni for me and the boys, sausage and onions for the blonde, and anchovies for the lady of the house. Now, is that true love or what?
Harvey, I'm sorry. I gotta get home and start boning up for my sergeant's interview.
Hey, come on, Chris. You got to knock. What are you doing? Stay for dinner, right, hon?
No, I'm sorry I can't. Thank you. Bye, Mary Beth.
Something the matter here?
No, she's just got her mind on the sergeant's interview, that's all.
What about you, babe? Feel bad about missing it?
Are you kidding? Who needs that pressure, huh? Why don't you go tell the boys that, listen, tell them they'll love it. Mom didn't cook tonight.
Okay. Mom didn't cook tonight. Mikey, Harvey, pizza.
Showers on, gang.
Yeah, listen, it has been 3 hours since I called for the search warrant. What, is it coming by way of Canarsie or what? Well, then find out where the good judge tees off and track him down.
Cagney, you know I'm getting worried about you. Getting all upset over a car. This might be a good time to take a hard look at your priorities. You know what I mean? Bonbon and I, we were discussing this the other day. Friendship, health, a nice body to keep you warm at night. These are the important things in life.
Thank you, Victor, for that piece of inspiration.
You're welcome.
In the meantime, my car is on a slow boat to China.
I disagree. I think Marcus is right. Probably Marseille.
Maybe Genoa.
Cagney. You know, I've been bending the rules, keeping you on desk duty this long.
I know that, Lieutenant.
It's time that you started thinking about a new partner. Nelman has given you the option of picking from 4 available detectives, and I've got a list of their names here. Why don't you look them over and let me know? I will need to know by next week.
It's not a lot of time.
Cagney, it's got to be next week, or I'm going to have to make the assignment without your input.
Yes, Lieutenant?
You know, I had 10 partners over the years. Some were better than others, some were just... One way or another, you make it work with all of them. Hey, not even marriages last forever, you know?
$99.
That's only 0.4 of a degree above normal.
A fever's a fever, Harvey. Now here, drink some more juice.
I'm gonna drown.
Don't smart mouth me, Harv.
Mom, how come you never liked us before?
Like what?
We'd have to be half dead before you let us skip school. Mom, can I go to school, please? I feel fine, honest.
Oh, honey, it's after 11 o'clock.
I could still make gym class. Could you write me a late note, Mom?
Sergeant's candidate Cagney, we have a case of grand larceny. Let's get started on the investigation procedure.
What is the object stolen, sir?
Grand larceny auto.
Coleman, is Cagney back yet? Not yet, Lieutenant, but look who's here showing pictures of her kitchen, sir. She repainted it. Yeah?
Afternoon, sir. I just came by to pick up some more of those insurance forms.
Well, I could have mailed one to you. Saved you a trip.
Oh, no, that's all right. I was downtown anyway.
Yeah, living a life of Riley while the rest of us slave away, right, Lacey?
Oh, come on, Coleman. Don't kid a kidder. I remember the swell times you guys have down here.
Swell times.
Mary Beth.
Hi. Anything new on your car?
It should be. I'm just waiting to hear about the search warrant.
Well, you just missed it. I sent Miss Becky and Petrie out with it.
Is Becky and Petrie?
Well, they said you wanted to move fast.
You can't give them my collar.
I can't what?
What she meant, sir, is maybe they'll need a backup, sir.
And how do you figure that?
Come on, Lieutenant. It's my car. They don't even know
The neighborhood. They don't know the neighborhood, sir. And she checked it out last night, right?
That's it. That's what I did. I went and I checked out the whole area. And it's a very bad place, Lieutenant. I'm telling you, there's a lot of gang warfare, and it's a dangerous collar, and I just feel that they should have
Every advantage, sir. Every advantage.
I want to be there for my brothers in blue.
Yes, sir. It's like you always say, sir. It's a fine line between us and them, sir.
Team spirit, huh? I like that. Get out of here, the bonians.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
You coming? You want me to?
You want to?
Yeah, I want to.
Come on.
What's the matter, Christine? The accelerator broken? They got 10 minutes on you.
Will you look at the traffic? Got a bunch of old women driving out here today.
Well, if I was you, Christine, I'd get on the horn and tell them I was on my way.
Just gotta do that.
Hey, Cagney, we're trying to save your baby before the key sheeters get a great buy in the black market.
I will save my own baby. Thank you very much. It's my car, my lead, my collar. You got that?
Hey, there's no time, Cagney. At this moment, even as we speak, some very nasty men could be boarding it up on a big old ocean liner to take it far, far away.
Shove off, Miss Becky. Petrie!
Don't you worry, Chris. We're heading him off at the pass. We can't let you go into that den of thieves alone. Over.
Hey, she's not alone, you smart mouth.
First come, first serve, girls. Oh, listen, don't worry, Cagney. We'll hold the bad guys for your personal interrogation. Over.
Me believe those clowns.
Florida.
Whoa!
Hold on. Oh, Lord. It's all right.
Let's go!
I don't got my gun! It's all right, you can have mine.
Hold it right there, you creep!
Don't shoot, lady. I get. Please, don't shoot.
You have the right to remain silent. If you give up the right to remain silent, anything you say...
With his rights.
Where's my car?
What car?
My '68 Canary Yellow Vet.
That's a piece of junk.
Junk! It is a classic!
Hey, let me tell you about that car. The night he came in, that lousy transmission was busted. It's been up in that lot for 3 days. It's a bomb.
Now you can read him his rights.
Thank you. You put your hands on the wall, turn around. You have the right to remain silent. Give up the right to remain silent.
Jerry, you there? I got a 73 Chevy out of commission at toll booth number 2, the Triborough.
Some car, Chris. It's good you got it back.
Yeah. You believe that? The transmission. I just paid $800 for the transmission.
Vinny, I got a 78 Ford van needs a toll from Queens to
An oil leak, too. Nobody can figure out where it comes from. I've had to 6 different mechanics, and none of them can figure it out. You know what? With the maintenance, the parking, and the insurance, you know how much insurance costs where I live?
What?
Want to know something, Mary Beth?
What?
I never really liked that car.
You never really liked the car?
The color. I love the color. The car's been nothing but a problem.
And you just risked both our necks to get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help.
Sure. Was a neat little collar.
Yeah. Listen, you want to have lunch one day next week?
Every day. Unless, of course, you got other plans.
Every day?
Yeah, they still give us an hour for lunch, right?
An occasional drink at Muldoon's?
Occasional.
Like today?
You're still on the clock till 5, Christine. You got a lot of paperwork.
Me?
Yeah, I'm not checking in till Monday.
Petrie and his Becky got a lot of paperwork. I'm having a drink with my partner. There's an electrical cord tied around her neck, indicating that she'd been strangled.
They're burying somebody they loved.
They're burying somebody they killed.
You're tired and cranky, ready to go on clerical.
Oh, but you don't start that again. I will stay on the streets as long as I want to.
We have 3 days on a homicide. After that, the solve rate drops down to garbage. You sure you're up for this?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you, sir. Helpless old woman gets murdered. Makes you start to think weird stuff. I care about you, and I care about the work. If it's getting to me, Christine, it's getting to my baby, too.
Sometime last night. I'll be able to give you more details after I do the autopsy. Assuming I live that long.
Beg your pardon?
Breakfast.
What?
I didn't have any. And they expect me to look at a dozen fresh ones and a few not-so-fresh ones before lunch. Do you know what that's like?
Oh, Nussbaum, excuse me, about the victim?
Okay, boys, we're done. You can take it downtown. Early wake-up, short-staffed. I'll be lucky if I get a candy bar between corpses.
You got my sympathy, Nussbaum, all right? But I'm trying to conduct an investigation here.
Oh, sure. That's easy for you. You probably had breakfast.
Would you give me a break?
Break? You want a break? Try eating liverwurst when you're cutting a jumper.
Nussbaum, please. Probable cause of death?
No.
Well,
The woman was found with an electrical cord tied around her neck. Now, would it be safe to assume strangulation?
I'll try to have a preliminary report for you by tomorrow morning, but I can't promise.
Tomorrow? No. No. You can get it for me by this afternoon.
This afternoon? All right. I'll do what I can. Say, do you know that deli downstairs? Are their bagels any good?
I wouldn't know.
You know, if I put a move on, I might be able to grab some lox and cream cheese before my first slice.
Bon appetit.
Thanks.
Did you get anything?
The victim is Mrs. Caitlin O'Connell. She's Mrs. Kelly's mother. She was home alone last evening, and it looks like the perpetrator came up to fire escaping in the window.
Anything missing?
Only from the bedroom. About $300 in cash and a gold necklace that was around her neck.
Any other members of the family?
Yeah, they have a son, Frank Jr. He went to school already, but the uniforms are going to pick him up.
Mrs. Kelly, I realize how difficult this has been for you, but we do have some more information that we must get from each of you.
Know what it sounds like? It sounds like Newman's cat burglar.
Possibly.
It's a very similar M.O., Christine.
It could have been someone who knew them. It could have been some other burglar.
Well, it could have been Santa Claus. All I'm saying is it sounds like Newman's cat burglar.
And all I'm saying is that if Newman's cat burglar committed every burglary that Newman tries to pin on him, the man could have retired years ago.
You know, you're very competitive with this man.
I am not. I'm simply not willing to turn over a case to some cocksure rookie who thinks he knows it all. Because you're tired and cranky, ready to go on clerical.
Oh, but you don't start that again. I will stay on the streets as long as I want to. And it has nothing to do with your competition with Newman.
Fine. I will wait for the forensics report. I will wait to talk to uniforms regarding their interviews with the neighbors. And when I have all the facts, I will then make a reasoned assumption.
Fine. I agree with you 100%, Christine. All I'm saying is it sounds like Newman's cat burglar.
It's only 3 blocks from one of his hits.
The one you're least sure he did.
Everything follows his pattern, entering from a fire escape, a rear apartment, 1 floor down from the roof.
The hours he works, limiting to cash and jewelry. Anybody else would have taken the TV set.
It's obviously the same guy. Now, I caught the original 61. I put together the pattern. Now I should catch the homicide.
Only none of the others had a homicide.
There's always a first time. He probably didn't even know about the old lady.
At her age, she couldn't have gone out.
So when he saw her, he just panicked.
What about the cold chisel?
Exactly. The man always uses a cold chisel.
I checked the window. The instrument used was smaller than a cold chisel. I have called forensics, and forensics report will confirm as soon as it arrives the man used a screwdriver.
Maybe he lost the chisel.
Well, I've got one other concern, and I'm going to have to be blunt. I've never had a situation like this before. Lacey,
Yes, sir.
you know and I know that we basically have 3 days on a homicide. After that, the solve rate drops down to garbage. You sure you're up for this?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Sergeant Cagney, you're second whip. It's up to you. Make whatever decision you feel is appropriate.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Gentlemen, after you. Preliminary interview with neighbors in the building indicate no one saw or heard anything unusual.
Wait a second.
Where are you?
Neighbors in the building.
Preliminary interview with neighbors in the building indicate no one saw or heard anything unusual. The forensics report indicates a what? What does that say? Indicates a what?
Burglar, B-U-R-G-L-A-R.
Right.
You gotta learn to read your own handwriting, Christine.
The forensics report indicates a burglar who fits no pattern known to the department at this time.
Christine?
Meredith, please don't argue with me. This is not Newman's cat burglar. This is a different person. This I know.
I was gonna ask who's gonna do the DD5s when I go on leave.
Right, tight.
Cagney.
Yeah, I know. But who's gonna interpret your handwriting?
We got the ME's report. Okay. this? The major part of the autopsy is missing. Well, where is page 2? I'm about to find out.
No, forget it, Christine. That's civil service. They go home at normal hours, unlike some people I could name.
Mary Beth, if we don't finish the paperwork now, we can't go back out on the streets tomorrow to find the perp. There's no answer. How are we gonna do the DD-5s without an autopsy report?
Exactly, Christine. Good night.
Kind way down there.
Why didn't you tell me Charlie was sick?
Well, he's not. It's just a cough.
You see a doctor?
I've been pushing, but you know Charlie and how he feels about doctors. He promised me he'd take it easy, though, so I said I'd bring him in dinner tonight.
Oh, that's thoughtful, Christine.
Oh, hold on a sec. Well, it's not really thoughtful. It's just Charlie. Actually, it's a tradition. Chinese spare ribs. When I was a kid, that was Charlie's version of chicken soup. He said it would cure anything. Want a bite?
Are you kidding?
Okay. Anyway, he said if ever I had a bad day at school or I'd fight with my mother, Charlie'd buy me Chinese spare ribs. He said it'd always put a smile on my face.
Yeah, I'll have to remember that.
Time out. 102.79. Just listen to the hands of Jimmy Carter.
Hey, it's the most beautiful cop in New York.
Hi, Pop.
What took you so long?
About Chinese? Your very favorite spare ribs.
Not in your life. We are going out to eat.
No, Charlie, you said you were gonna take it easy.
I am all right. I am taking my sergeant officer daughter out for a night on the town.
No, you sound awful.
How about one for the road?
Charlie, I don't think the booze is a really good idea. It pulls you down.
Oh,
when you're
no.
Sick.
Oh, no, wrong. Oh, no. Booze is the best thing in the world for a cold. That's what my St. Irish grandmother used to say all the time.
I'll bet she did. Excuse me, Pop. We're staying home. We're gonna put our feet up. We're gonna have spare ribs. We're gonna watch TV. You know what's on? As Becky told me, Red River.
Hey, now listen, Christine, don't you baby me. Remember, I'm the guy who used to change your diapers.
Well, that's attractive,
Oh.
Pop. Please, I just want you to take care of yourself. Look, you're all hot.
Christine, I'm fine. Now, I am going to go out and have a good time with a terrific woman who happens to love me. Now, what could be better for me than that?
Staying in and having a good time with a terrific woman who loves you.
Here's your terrific purse. Let's go.
Charlie.
Come on.
This is a lousy idea.
No,
I
you
paid
listen
for
to your
those
old
ribs.
man. I am telling you, I feel like $1 million.
I don't think that'll be going with us, Charlie.
All right.
I have your jacket. You are 4 years old. That is it, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get the drink? Drop that now.
He's open, Doctor. We can begin.
By about the 4th bar, now Charlie's really starting to give it to me in front of everybody. He drops to his knees and he pulls one of these, Father, dear Father, come home with me now. This is in front of everyone. Of course, his friends think this is hysterical, and I'm standing there feeling like an idiot.
Well, you're taking care of your dad, is all.
I finally poured him into bed about 2 a.m. That put me into bed at 3.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, doctor.
Oh, hi. You needed to see me,
Yeah,
Sergeant?
doctor, we got a problem. The autopsy report you sent us yesterday
Do
had
you mind if we walk while we talk? I'm trying to get my sugar fix soon. I'm going to kilo.
Fine. Anyway, the autopsy report that you sent us yesterday has
Now,
got
which one was
pages-
that?
Caitlin O'Connell, an elderly woman. She was strangled.
Right. That's why you look familiar. I saw you at the scene.
Yesterday morning. Right. Okay, anyway, the autopsy report you sent us yesterday had page 2 missing from it. We called your office. They said they don't know what happened to it. Apparently, the one in your file has the same page missing.
And the tape is in transit, so they can't guarantee when we'll get it.
So we're wondering if you remembered any salient points of the autopsy.
No. Oh, shoot. They're out of Jim Jams?
No. Doctor, the woman, she's 78 years old. She couldn't have weighed more than 100 pounds. It was just yesterday.
Do you know how many people die in New York City in any 24-hour period? And how many I have to open up? Lady, I just cut them and tell the tape about what I see. And then I do it again and again. And I do my damnedest not to remember what I just saw. I don't know any other way to do this job. Okay, have either of you got a dime? The Hotsy Totsy bar costs 10 cents more than a Jim Jam, and I don't have the right change.
Oh, sure.
Oh, great.
You believe that man? He ate that candy bar with his surgical gloves still on.
Trying to block the scene from my memory, Christine.
Who's Anthony Carpelli?
Certainly knew you. He said it was urgent. You had any recent opportunity to transmit diseases, Cagney?
Funny man, Coleman. Don't give up your day job. Hey,
Oh,
what
I'm sorry
the
about
hell
that. I'm sorry about that. We have a date with our cat burglar and your killer out on Staten Island. You want to wish us luck?
Not particularly.
I love you too, sweetheart. Oh, excuse me, Sergeant, sweetheart.
He mounts off one more time. I'm gonna write him up!
Don't you love it? The 126 out in Staten Island just picked up this guy for speeding last night.
No kidding. And it looks like Newman's cat burglar?
Well, they found some burglary tools and a diamond tie tack that matches the hot sheet.
So, that's good.
Cagney, Anthony Carpelli.
Yeah, it's good. It's terrific. Only now we may have to hear about it for the next month.
Yes, it's Sergeant Cagney.
This guy definitely has an overgrown ego problem.
Yes, how do you do, Mr. Carpelli? Hmm? What? When? Well, what happened? All right, thank you. Thank you.
What?
That was Charlie Super. They just took Charlie to the hospital. I gotta go.
I'll go with you.
Oh, hey, Chrissy.
Hi. What's the matter?
Hey, you believe this?
It's the only way you can find a pretty nurse.
Jeez, I hate places like this.
I know, I do too. But you won't be in here very long.
Hey, did you talk to the doctor?
No, not yet.
He says he doesn't know when I'll get out of here.
They all say that, Bob. Even for hangnails.
Don't make me laugh. Oh.
He's just trying to scare you into taking better care of yourself, Bob.
You're doing a hell of a job.
Come on, Charlie. I know you. Now you're gonna be running this place in a couple of days. Giving a flag about the meals, huh? Chasing after the nurses. They're gonna throw you out. How much you want to bet?
What?
$20? I'll collect one to pick you up next week.
Yeah. Okay, $20.
We got the pneumonia early. I put him on antibiotics and breathing treatments around the clock. We should know something in 48 hours.
But he's gonna be okay.
This time, probably. Your father isn't a young man, Miss Cagney. Pneumonia is hard on anyone, regardless of age. And his condition makes it worse.
What condition?
First of all, there's nutritional deterioration. He hasn't been eating well, probably because of the cough. He's anemic. There's been some damage to his lungs from smoking.
Oh, wait a minute, doctor. My father gave up smoking 4 years ago.
You don't heal as well at his age. And you are aware he's an alcoholic.
I know he drinks.
From what I've seen, I'd say Mr. Cagney's an alcoholic. Almost certainly in the first stages of cirrhosis. When he's up to it, I'd like to run some more tests on him.
Doctor, I don't understand what it is you're trying to tell me. How sick is my father?
It's very hard to give you an exact answer.
What?
Your father has a lifetime of bad habits catching up with him. In the long run, he could be in for some serious health problems. Does he live alone? Sooner or later, that may have to change. Your father may eventually get to a point when he can't care for himself anymore.
He may be a doctor, Mary Beth, but he doesn't know beans about Charlie. My father is not a statistic. He's as tough as they come.
He'll be fine, Christine.
I know that. What do you think I've been telling you? What are you in such a hurry for? I want to get back to the Kelly apartments.
What for?
Because there's something going on there I don't like. I don't know what it is. I want to look through Mrs. O'Connell's room again.
Well, you don't have to do that now.
Well, what else are we going to do? We don't have anything else to do this afternoon, Mary Beth.
Lieutenant, and I'm sure he'll give you the rest of the afternoon off.
I don't want the rest of the afternoon off.
Well, you could stay here and you could sit with Charlie.
There's nothing I could do for Charlie. He just needs to get rest, that's all. Hi, I'm Sergeant Cagney. This is Detective Lacey. You were here yesterday?
I remember.
Oh, could we come in, please?
My parents aren't here.
Oh, that's okay, Frank. We just want to look around again.
My parents had to go do the stuff for the, you know, the funeral.
So we're sorry about your grandmother.
Yeah.
Excuse me a minute.
So, you okay?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's hard, huh? All the neighbors say your grandmother was a nice lady.
Yeah.
So you sleep out here, huh?
Ever since Granny moved in.
My husband and I were considering getting one of these fold-away sofas. Are they comfortable? I mean, it's kind of a thin mattress.
Yeah. You get used to it, I guess. It's just that my parents won't let me play my tapes. They say it's too loud.
Well, you could get those little earphones. Oh, my son has those.
It's not the same.
Did you figure it out yet?
Something. Something's not right here. I just don't know what it is.
You can't park there, buddy. At the road.
We'll go.
Hey. You must have had a more interesting floor than I did.
The only thing I got we didn't get yesterday was a Mrs. Fileman. She's one door down from the Kellys. She said they were always fighting.
We got that yesterday from the neighbor upstairs.
Now, all the time, she said. Enough so that the husband left for a while. About the mother-in-law, too. Could be something.
Mary Beth, how can you not expect them to be at each other's throats? How'd you like to live like that? You're not a person, you're a nurse. That poor little kid gets thrown out of his room. He sleeps on the living room couch. He has no privacy. The only time he can be alone in that place is if he has to go to the camp. Unless you walk out and you stay out. I tell you, it's no way to live.
Does Brian know about your dad yet?
Where in the hell did that come from?
Well, your father is sick. I think his son would like to know.
I'm working on a murder case here, and you're worried about my brother in California? Tell you, Mary Beth, you're the best. The best. Besides, Charlie is not that sick.
He's in the hospital, Christine.
Yeah, well, I got a $20 bet that says he's going to be out by the end of the week.
Airplane from California takes 5 hours. You can dial there in 11 digits.
Fine, I will ask Charlie if he would like me to call Brian.
When?
When I see him.
Hey, Cagney, did you hear the news? They got a full confession from that cat burglar that got picked up last night.
Half an hour before your homicide came down. Congratulations, Chris. You were right about it being a separate case.
All right, thanks, guys. Same guy, huh? Huh? Oh, I'm gonna make that arrogant
punk eats such crow.
Oh, come on, Christine. He's just doing his job.
Can't help it. It's too good to pass up. So, Newman.
Sergeant Cagney, I've been looking for you.
Oh, I'll bet you have. Ready to admit that I was right about the cat burglar, huh?
It couldn't have happened to a better cop. Cagney, I salute you.
Christine?
What?
You had it pegged right from the start. Every time I think I'm getting this down, it takes one of you old-timers with all your years on the JOB to come along and show me the ropes. Thank you, Sergeant. I really mean that.
Newman, come on back here. You're not going to get away with that. Well, he took all the fun out of it.
We got page 2. You want to look at it?
She was smothered. Probably with a pillow while she was sleeping.
Burglar smothered her, huh?
No, I don't think so, Lieutenant. There was an electrical cord tied around her neck, indicating that she'd been strangled. Now, what kind of a burglar would go in, smother some poor old woman, and then tie a cord around her neck, pretending he'd strangled her?
On top of that, sir, Mrs. O'Connell was bedridden. Completely. She couldn't have gotten out of bed.
The family never mentioned us she was bedridden.
If it hadn't been in the ME's report, we wouldn't have known.
Also, we have a report from a neighbor saying that the husband and the wife fought all the time over her mother.
Mr. Kelly walked out on the marriage for a time.
Yeah. There wasn't much money either. As a matter of fact, Mrs. Kelly quit her secretarial job to nurse the mother, which gave them even less money. So they hardly ever went out. I mean, it was like living in a hospital ward.
See where you're going. So you don't think there was any burglar at all?
You want the clincher? The television. They left her watching television.
Now you lost me.
Frank Kelly said when he came back at the end of the evening, he went in to check on her, and he said he couldn't see any electrical cord around her neck because there was no light. But if the television was on, there was light.
And if it was off, who turned it off? Not a burglar. He would have wanted the noise. And the old woman didn't do it. She was bedridden.
Remote control?
No, they had a 12-year-old portable set, no remote control. So either the set was on or Frank Kelly is lying about the electrical cord.
Which doesn't make sense either, since she was smothered.
Or somebody else went in, not a burglar, and turned the set off. The only likely people.
The Kellys. Domestic violence.
Yes, sir. It's someone in the family.
Mrs. Kelly.
We were at the funeral home, the viewing.
Oh, we picked a bad time. I'm sorry.
May we come in?
Do you have to?
Well, so we could come back tomorrow, but if we could tie up these loose ends here today, then maybe we wouldn't have to bother you anymore. It's mostly for the paperwork.
I understand.
Excuse me.
Certainly.
Frankie, take the coats in the bedroom, okay?
Would you like some coffee?
No, thank you.
No, don't put yourself to any trouble. You're the one that should be taken care of now. You've been through a lot.
Yeah, it's been pretty tough around here.
Tough. Taking care of your mother, then losing her like that, that's got to be a shock.
It'll take some time.
Still, ma'am, and I hope you don't take this wrong, but in some ways, it has to be a relief, too.
What are you saying?
Well, she was a very sick woman, you know, very frail, confined to her bed.
After the stroke.
So I could imagine what that's like. I mean, the doctors are big heroes, right? With their tubes and medicines, machines. I mean, I wonder sometimes if they're really doing anybody a favor. Sometimes you think maybe it'd be kinder just to let them go.
That's true. It wasn't any great blessing to keep her alive.
Uh-huh.
Must have been quite a strain for you. I understand you and Mrs. Kelly separated for a while.
That's right.
Did it have anything to do with her mother-in-law living here?
There was no problem. Frank and my mother got along fine.
So why'd you leave?
And you've got no right to butt into our personal business like this.
Oh, we're sorry, Mr. Kelly, but sometimes questions like these are necessary.
We separated for personal reasons, but it had nothing to do with Megan's mother.
But you said it was tough.
Yeah.
Mr. Kelly, there is one thing that I don't understand, sir. Your mother-in-law was confined to her bed.
That's right.
And the burglar stole money from her pocketbook?
If she never left the apartment, what was she doing with $300 in her pocketbook? And why would she wear a gold necklace in bed?
My mother found it difficult to deal with her helplessness. She was always such a strong woman, always caring for everyone. It was our way of humoring her.
Mr. Kelly, you told me that when you looked in on your mother-in-law, the television set was turned off. Mrs. Kelly has told my partner here that the television set was left on, so Mrs. O'Connell would have something to look at while you were all gone. So who turned the television back off again?
Frankie, I told you not to play that music. Why are you asking us all this?
Maybe I was mistaken.
And why was there an electrical cord tied around your mother's neck when she'd already been smothered?
We're not answering any more of your questions until we have a lawyer.
I'm telling you, the man murdered his wife's mother, and she's not willing to admit it. Now, either she's trying to protect him for some reason, or she's afraid. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's a hunch, Cagney. You're asking me to go out on a limb.
Hey, you owe us one, Feldberg. As a matter of fact, you owe us a couple of them. All I'm asking is permission to bring them in as material witnesses.
All? That's all?
If I can get hold of the wife, I think I can break her. She just needs pushing. She needs reminding that this man has murdered her mother.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's terrific. That's terrific. So I'm supposed to go up in front of a judge.
Or at least convince her she doesn't have to be afraid.
Yeah, and I'm supposed to say that we want to bring someone in so that we can browbeat her into implicating her husband.
I don't know what else to do. Do you?
What if she did it?
No, everything points to the husband.
Look, this is all circumstantial. It won't fly. Now, if you wouldn't mind clearing out of my office, I have a date with a very tall, beautiful, blonde lady whom I am meeting in 45 minutes for drinks at the plaza. And if I am lucky, we may never leave the hotel.
Feldberg, that's wonderful, really. And I do know that a successful seduction is probably an historic occasion in your life.
Mr. Feldberg,
However,
this is not a fishing expedition. My partner has a pretty good idea here.
Oh, well, good for her. An historic occasion in her life.
Look, Feldberg, I'll can the smart mouth if you will, all right? I really think I can pull this off. Otherwise, Frank Kelly walks.
Funeral's tomorrow?
Yes, sir, in the morning.
You know, if they challenge us in court, we don't have a chance in the world.
Hey, you got a better idea? I'm open.
Okay. Maybe I can get this by Judge Medavoy. Let him bury the old lady. Pick him up afterwards.
Great. When can we pick up the papers?
It depends on the blonde.
See you at 8.
I could get lucky.
See you at 7.
This kind of performance reflects well on the whole squad. Tying those burglaries into the guy that the 126 got out in Staten Island, that was a good piece of solid investigative work. And even though they're getting the collar, it's something I'm not going to forget.
Thank you, boss, but it really wasn't all that special.
Come on now, no need to be modest.
Thanks, Lieutenant. Actually, there were one or two tricky moments. Was this guy kept claiming some other dude sold him the tie tax?
Got me antacids.
In the false bottom of the box, and Terrassa got
Think I'm
forensics
going
to
to
run
be
a match
sick.
on all the marks in the windowsills.
I'll let it go, Christine. He did good work. He deserves some credit.
What are you doing?
I'm going home.
We got some other angles we haven't worked on yet, Mary Beth. We haven't done the theater with the
Christine, we
Kellys.
got off shift 17 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Now,
but
I know this is hard for you to believe, but it's been a very long day, and I do have another life. It's called a family. I got one husband, 2 children, another one on the way. And as I remember, you also have a family. He happens to be in the hospital. Leave it go for tonight, okay?
Mary Beth.
It'll all still be here in the morning, Christine, and I don't want to discuss it. Good night. Say hi to Charlie for me.
Cagney, I heard you were having some problems.
Beg your pardon?
With your case, I was just wondering if you needed any help, because I'm free now.
Oh, thank you, Newman.
Unofficially, of course, because when I break this case, I'll still let you have your collar, Sergeant.
Oh, well, thank you, Detective. Tell you what, why don't you let me check back with you when hell freezes over? Excuse me, please. Thank you.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
what time is it?
Dinner's ready.
Oh.
Sorry, baby. You want to go back to sleep?
No. I was only resting my eyes. That looks good.
Oh, I thought you weren't going to be working these long hours anymore. What happened to clerical duty?
Oh, Juan, I hate clerical duty. Paperwork up to my eyebrows and typing my fingers down to nubs. I became a cop in the first place so I wouldn't have to type.
Yeah, because it paid $50 more than a secretary's job.
Had to.
Mm-hmm. Now, clerical work, you get off your feet, be home at 5, get yourself some decent sleep.
Soon, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel right about doing that to Chris now.
Chris, she can take care of herself. I want you to eat your green beans.
No, she can't right now, Harv. Not with her dad in the hospital. This case we're on is making her crazy.
Her? I thought it only made you crazy.
Her too. She just hides it better. I mean, a case like this. A helpless old lady got murdered. Makes you start to think weird stuff.
Charlie's gonna be okay.
Yeah, sure. For now. But he's sick, no? Not getting any younger. And part of Christine is still her daddy's little girl. She wants to believe he's gonna be healthy forever, live forever. It scares her to see him like this.
Did she say that?
You know Christine. What do you think?
I think I'm gonna get you some salad. You don't need enough greens.
I hate green food.
I take it you're feeling better.
Huh?
Feeling better?
I came from Newman. He came by to see me this afternoon. Thought it might cheer me up.
Detective Newman?
Yeah. Tommy Lafferty brought him down to Flannery's a while back. We played a couple of rounds of pool. Hey, that Newman's a sharp kid.
Yeah. He thinks so.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Hey, I hear you got a tough homicide on your hands.
No, Pop, I don't want to talk about my work.
Oh, since when, huh? Old lady, huh? Probably somebody in the family offed her. You got a motive yet?
No, we don't know yet.
Oh, come on, Chrissy, don't do that to me. Newman told me all about it. She's bedridden, family's going to hell, so one of them killed her. What's the matter? Didn't you think I'd be able to take hearing about that?
No, Pop, it's just that I know you have so much on your mind. I didn't want to bother you
Oh,
with my
that's the
problems.
biggest bunch of garbage I ever heard. Oh, people think you're old. First thing that happens, they start treating you different. Even the ones that ought to know better do it. I am not gonna go like that. Do you hear me? Chrissy,
easy, please. Just
Chrissy,
take it easy.
I want you to promise me something.
Charlie, I'm not...
I don't want to ruin your life and have you end up hating me.
I don't hate you, Pop.
Chrissy, before it goes too far, before it comes to that, just hand me my gun and let me end it myself.
Charlie, I don't want you talking this way.
With a little dignity. Do you understand?
Daddy, just overreacting. The doctor says that you're going to be all right.
Yeah, for now. And then what happens? Then...
Just go back to sleep, Pop.
Oh, Chrissy.
We are confident with all who have died in Christ, she will be raised to life on the last day and live with Christ forever. We thank you for all the blessings you gave her in this life, to show your fatherly care for all of us and the fellowship which is ours with the saints in Jesus Christ. Lord, hear our prayer. Welcome our sister to paradise and help us to comfort each other with the assurance of our faith until we all meet in Christ to be with you and with our sister forever. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
I got the papers. We're taking them in.
Good.
What are you doing?
Meditation. It's good for the baby. How's Charlie?
It's fine. Newman came by and saw him, though. Brought him one of those dirty magazines, huh? Did you love that? So what's been going on?
Nothing.
Really? How could you tell?
I don't have to watch anymore to know what those people are doing over there. They're burying somebody they loved.
They're burying somebody they killed.
They're grieving like you and I would.
Yeah, they're faking it.
Maybe.
One of them killed that old lady.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, I do. I can't believe you're this detached.
Maybe I am. And maybe you're too involved. I understand why you are, Christine. I do, but I gotta pull back. Yesterday, I thought that I could stick it out, but today, I don't know. And look at us. Staking out a funeral.
My clients have refused to answer your questions.
Because it would incriminate them?
No, because the Constitution says they can. They don't need any more reason than that. So I believe the next step is for you to release them.
On a material witness warrant, we can hold the Kellys for as long as we want to.
For as long as the judge allows, which will be about 10 seconds. You are hounding these unfortunate people who have lost a loved mother on the basis of nothing more than circumstantial evidence because you are either too lazy or too incompetent to find the real...
You are out of line,
I
sir.
believe this might be of interest to a number of reporters I know.
Hold on just 1 minute. We think Mr. Kelly murdered his mother-in-law and intimidated his wife into silence.
No. Sergeant Cagney, this is unconstitutional.
I'm merely trying to let the woman know that we are offering her protection.
You cannot talk to my client.
I'm talking to you. He killed her mother. And I'm trying to find out why she's protecting him.
He didn't.
Mrs. Kelly?
He didn't do it. There were fights. It was awful with her there.
Mrs. Kelly, you're
But he
not to
didn't
talk to
kill
these
her.
people.
It wasn't him.
Well, if it wasn't him, then you tell me who did it.
Mrs. Kelly, please listen to me. These people are not your friends.
My husband is a good, good man. Better than you'll ever know. Can't you just leave him alone?
I'm going to file for a writ of habeas corpus. If my clients are not released today,
I shall institute a wrongful arrest suit against you and the city of New York.
You saw how those two people were with each other. That man did not kill his wife's mother.
You know what you're saying, don't you? It wasn't him and it wasn't Mrs. Kelly. Mary Beth, I'm talking to you.
I gotta take my vitamin. I forgot it the last 2 days.
He was a member of the family, otherwise they wouldn't be covering up. There was only one other person in the house besides the Kellys and that old woman. Mary Beth.
Oh, gee, why don't they ever fix this thing right? I'm talking to you. How's a person supposed to take pills without water, huh?
You can slow down. I know you don't want to look at this. I don't think it's pretty either, but that's not going to make it go away. You can listen to me or not.
He's 12 years old.
You know how miserable that kid was after the grandmother moved in with him? He was thrown out of his room. His parents fight like cats and dogs, and the father walks out on them for a while. Now, you heard Frank Kelly yesterday. How many times do you think that kid heard how much better off his grandmother would be dead?
Oh, my God.
Well, that kid never went to the movies, Mary Beth. He was left there alone. He went into the grandmother's bedroom with the pillow.
He's 12 years old. The 12-year-old murders his grandmother for what? To get his room back? It's sick.
Maybe that
makes me sick.
And maybe that isn't the reason. Maybe he did it to put her out of her misery. Maybe he did it because he thought everybody'd be better off if she died in her sleep. I don't know. But I do know, and I know you know too, that he's the only one who could have done it. So I'm calling Feldberg.
Chris, wait. I told Harvey last night I was going to hang him for you, but I can't. I'm going on clerical duty.
Let's talk about that later.
I don't
all
want
right?
to talk about it. I made up my mind. I thought I could separate myself from the work, and I can't do it. Not while I'm on the street. If it's getting to me, Christine, it's getting to my baby, too. I care about you, and I care about the work. But I gotta keep a balance. You know what I mean? Do you understand me?
Chris. Yeah, I understand.
You want to call Feldberg?
In a minute. The kid's not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to sit down a second. Sorry. I won't let you down, Charlie. I promise. Yes, operator. I'd like to place a person-to-person call to Mr. Brian Cagney in Los Angeles.
Mom, no.
Michael, what is going on?
You never smoked pot, did you?
You can't just hurl accusations at a judge without some concrete evidence.
Even a judge has to bend an elbow now and then.
With a convicted loan shark, sir.
You don't play Girl Scout with me.
You gonna stand there and tell me you never turned your head before?
I don't owe the man a damn thing. Whatever I got on my own.
That's not good enough.
Fine, fine. You go ahead and bash a few heads in. I did not accuse you of anything.
The hell you didn't.
When you grade me on ethics, you gonna flunk me there too?
Steady, hold him in frame. You sure you're in focus, Mary Beth?
You are not Alfred Hitchcock here, Christine, and I have done this before.
Sorry. We've been cooped up here a week. I just want to be sure we make this case.
Which is why I'm manning the camera. Woman. Personing. Here's another one.
Are you close in on his face?
Okay, this is his third time in this week. He must be in the Recubian for a bundle.
His plate's registered to his company, Vickers Better Casuals.
Must be slow and leisure wear.
That's Carmine Fish, sir. He's a bookie from Greenpoint.
The Recubian serves them all, Lieutenant, regardless of race, creed, or police record.
Who's Mr. Eldorado here?
Don't know yet, sir. The DMV hasn't gotten back to us on the plates.
Recubian sure gave him a big hello.
Wait a minute, I know that face.
Where from? Time? Newsweek? Playgirl?
I said face.
Very good work, people. Very good. We're getting ready to make our move.
Tomorrow will be too soon, Lieutenant. What? We've got 2 teams off the charts and a backlog of cases already.
I know that, Cagney.
Well, we've got visual IDs, video IDs. We've got enough to land this loan shark, but that's not enough.
It's enough. Okay, it's enough. All right, given the amount of evidence, I'll see what I can do to get you the green light.
Thanks, Lieutenant. You won't regret it.
Now we're gonna nail this sucker good and clean.
Cagney, since you're so hot to get on other assignments, just so happens I got one for you.
Performance evaluations.
Standards of assessment are on page 3. When you're through, I want to see a list of detectives ranked numerically, number 1 being best.
Lieutenant, if it's all the same to you, I just decline.
Oh, you're a superior officer, Cagney. The impartial appraisal of subordinates comes with the turf. You should welcome this as a test of leadership, of objectivity.
Or how to catch the buck.
You're kidding.
I wish I were. Coleman got it from Basil, we got it from Glansman.
I'm dead. D-E-A-D.
Don't you think you're overreacting just a little bit?
She doesn't like me. She never has liked me. And now's a chance to show just how much.
Victor, Sergeant Cagney is not vindictive. She tries to be fair.
Most of the time.
Oh, it's easy for you to say. She's your partner. You have no worries.
If I was certain people, I wouldn't badmouth certain other people.
Here's my activities report, Sergeant.
A day early?
I try to be punctual.
Since when?
Hey, we better hit the streets. We're not going to solve all those crimes just hanging around here. Come on, Marcus.
Sarge, I want you to meet Andrew Jackson, our 6th president.
He's our 7th president, and I don't take bribes.
Get out of town. This is the 20 bucks I owe you from the last time we played poker.
Oh, yeah. It was so long ago, I almost forgot.
I never forget it then.
Well, there goes the man with ethics.
Brace yourself, Christine. I got a feeling this is only the beginning.
You are gonna be so gorgeous. You're gonna wake up gorgeous. Yeah. You're already pretty good. Yeah, prettiest girl in Queens. But no red polish till you're 16. You understand me, Alice?
Hi.
Hey. What are you doing home so soon?
Didn't heard from yet?
Nah, I still at the bowling alley. What happened? Did you and Josh have a fight?
No.
Well, are you sick? Here, let me feel your forehead.
Mom, I'm okay.
All right, suit yourself. I'll call the Bensons and find out from them how come you didn't stay overnight.
Mom, no.
Michael, what is going on? Huh?
If I tell you, you'll have to promise me you'll be my mom and not a cop.
Michael, what happened?
Promise me.
Okay, I promise you.
Josh was smoking pot, and he wanted me to smoke it with him.
You cannot expect a 12-year-old to handle these kinds of things, Mary Beth, especially when it is adults pushing the drugs.
Michael did not say the Bensons were pushing drugs on him.
A kid smokes dope right under his parents' noses. He offers it to Michael. What else do you call it?
Honey, you gonna help me here or not?
Don't change the subject!
Michael did the right thing. He said no, we came home, he trusted me.
What the hell are those people thinking? I mean, it's bad enough, it's all over the place. But in their living room, to feed it to their own kid. To our kid.
What are you doing?
I'm not gonna stand for this.
Where are you going?
To the Bensons.
I promised Michael that I would stay out of it.
I didn't.
I already told him steer clear of Josh.
That's not good enough.
Fine, fine. You go ahead and bash a few heads in. And next time when it happens again, you bash heads in there. That'll teach Michael. What happened to you gotta trust your kids, Mary Beth? What happened to you gotta let them learn for themselves? Look at this here. Another one. $1.39 a pop.
A neighbor's house should be a safe place, Mary Beth. If our kid can't be safe there. Boy, I hate what those people are doing.
I know, Harvey. I hate it too.
Paulie, the bartender, tells me you've been placing bets with him. Says you're okay. Me, I'm a little less trusting. Gamblers have a tendency to forget their obligations, you know what I mean?
My ex-wife reminds me every month, which is why I'm coming to you.
Divorce? A nice Catholic boy like you?
You don't know my ex-wife.
What do you need, kid?
What I'd like is 7, Mr. Akubian, but what I need is 500.
Benny. The guy at the end of the bar. I think I remember that face in uniform.
Later, Paulie.
Okay, kid. I'll go the 5 bills. Now the vig is 150 over principal. Paid weekly. Being on time counts.
Oh, I got it, Mr. Akubian.
Now, Manuel C. Valenzuela, right?
That's right.
Now you're in the book.
Bank's closed. You have the right to remain silent.
Smooth.
Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Hey, Paulie, I owe you
One
one.
attorney and have one present
Of
during
course, you
questions.
realize I'll be
Maybe you
walking
should
by the
tell
time you finish your
and have the
paperwork.
board
Is that a fact?
Yeah. All
without
I'll
cause.
get is a slap on the wrist while
Question.
you're still suffering from writer's cramp.
Wrong. Sign here's a book, then we're gonna send a copy to the IRS.
Hey, all the more power to him.
No mail for you, Josie.
Yeah, there is.
Occupant. Your middle name, right?
Right.
Hi, Coleman.
How you doing?
Okay. I don't believe it.
Get used to it, Cagney. Same thing happens when I evaluate the uniform. It is the worst week of the year. It's a miserable job. You know, all the fawning and the preening, and you know what? Doesn't matter how you rate them, they still end up hating you.
Thanks for making my day, Coleman.
Hey, Cagney, that's what fellow sergeants are for.
Oh, Sarge, there's something I got to read to you.
Later.
No luck on the number code, Sergeant.
I thought we were on to something with the astrological signs.
Ni eres un año, pay 13. The ace of Spanish Harlem strikes again.
Ace, could you say that in English?
It's a 3-letter month code.
Add 3 to the number of the month and skip ahead that number of
You
letters.
got it.
Using the month the loan was made?
Huh?
Right. Manuel C. Valenzuela becomes QGZ.
Right there. QGZ. $500.
There they go, partner.
Are we a team or are we a team, huh?
Ah, it's nice to see the two of you going steady.
Oh, come on, Sarge. You know how it is. You do the work, you deserve the perk.
Some recognition wouldn't hurt either.
Well, maybe we'll call the New York Post.
I was thinking of some more closer to home.
Here's the info you requested from the DMV.
You. Looking good, Fabry.
I'm not the only one out.
Dear Detective Isbeck, we at Our Lady of the Angels wish to thank you for your selfless efforts in organizing our basketball team. Your job-like patience and generous spirit... What?
Job-like.
Oh, your Job-like patience and generous spirit will serve as inspiration in years to come. Yours most sincerely, Sister Beatrice Feaster.
Very impressive, Victor.
Well, you know me, Marcus. I believe a cop should take a sincere interest in the needs of the community.
Sure wasn't an all-girls basketball team, Miss Becky?
What's the difference? It's the sensitivity that counts.
Well, our friend Mr. Eldorado turned up, only the car's registered to a Judy Cagle of Brooklyn Heights.
Our initials don't fit anything on this month's account list.
Try last month's.
There's a Judy Cagle who's a law clerk over at Brooklyn Criminal Court.
Do you know who she works for?
I think it was Judge O'Grady.
Oh, my God, of course. I knew I recognized that face. Judge Timothy M. O'Grady, criminal courts. He's been on the bench since the Stone Age.
TMO equals X, Q, S.
XQS. Here it is in the book. You realize what we got?
Here come the judge.
"17 years I've been going to court. I still expect all the judges to be on our side."
You know politicians. Now, power leads to temptation. Can you believe this dirt job Sam's has dumped on me? The test of leadership, my butt.
I would do the extra work for the extra money, Sergeant.
I figured the way to get up for this is to do the easiest one first.
Oh, yeah?
Stability, flexibility. Ace that one.
Well, that sounded simple.
Police ethics, well above standards. You know what ticks me off, Mary Beth, is all the brown nosing that's going on. I get these little news clippings in my box. Today there was a pup piece put in there by Carrasa about how he kept some jumper from leaping off the Empire State Building.
Oh, no fooling. How'd I miss that one?
It happened 13 years ago. Okay, this is a piece of cake. Finished. It's easy to grade a straight-A student.
Chris, you're a good judge of character. I'm sure you're being fair. But granted, it may be hard. Keep an impartial, know the type of work I do. But I am not worried about you. I trust your integrity, and I know you're going to do right by everybody.
I'll be right, Mary Beth. I know Petrie will be pleased with this. Okay, next.
Cagney. You wouldn't happen to be related to a Charlie Cagney, ex-cop, worked a beat in Chinatown?
It's my father.
Well, I'll be damned. So you're Charlie's kid. God, this world gets smaller by the minute. Your father and I, we go way back together. In fact, I even sent you a communion gift. $25 bond, as I recall. Or was it 50?
That's thoughtful.
Your Honor, how well do you know a Raymond Rakubian?
Well as I know anyone I drink with. Even a judge has to bend an elbow now and then.
With a convicted loan shark, sir.
Look, it wasn't as if he was wearing a sign.
Your initials do appear in Mr. Rakubian's account book.
Along with the $5,000 loan. And no further payment entries.
Ladies, the phone book's full of people with my initials. All I know is the man buys my brand and picks up the tab.
Is that all he's buying, Your Honor?
Oh, you police, you're all comedians. Look, I've been downing doubles in that joint since you were a twinkle in your dad's eye. My liver may be sullied, but my conscience is clean. Excuse me. O'Grady here. Hey, Marty, what do you know? What do you say? What do you mean? I told you I wanted those buttons to glow in the dark. Listen, pal, election time's right around the corner. No glow, no dough. Get the picture? Yeah.
Communion gift. I never heard such bull in all my life. It's like retroactive bribery. I never heard of this man from Adam, and he's coming across like some family member.
As a charmer, I'll give him that.
He's charming, and evasive and slippery, and we're gonna get him.
It'll take more than initials in a book to get him off the bench.
Fine, whatever it takes, we'll get it.
2 yellow sheets, hot off the press.
Thank you.
Thanks, Basil. Basil, I asked for the yellow sheet on Rakubian.
Well, this can be easily rectified.
What case is that?
Neighbors?
Ah, trouble in paradise?
Matter of curiosity, that's all. Wouldn't you know her? Rhonda Benson, arrested for possession of marijuana, 21669. Paul Benson, same charge, 7469.
So what's the big deal? You got neighbors who toked up in the 60s. What, they got caught and we didn't?
What we get on Rakubian?
Well, he's had a share of days in court. Only once did he ever have a case thrown out, a racketeering beat, dismissed due to lack of evidence. Would you care to take a wild guess who the judge was?
The not-so-honorable Timothy M. O'Grady.
Old drinking buddy himself.
Hey, Sarge, can I talk to you for a second?
No, not right now.
I just gotta tell you how
Esposito.
disgusted I am, how sick to my stomach it makes me the way everybody's sucking up to you. You know what I mean? It's like, I gotta tell you, it's like they have no respect for your sense of judgment.
I see, but you do.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. I mean, come on, let's face it. A real sharp sergeant like you doesn't need to get hit over the head to know what a top-notch
Cagney,
detectives
14.
are. I want to take these guys, I want to shake them, you know? I want to slap them. I want to say,
Oh,
come
no.
on,
Yeah,
grow
no,
up,
not
all right?
doing anything. I
Cagney's
never
on
talked to
top of this thing, and no matter how much you guys
Yeah, pizza
spawn,
fool sounds
okay,
great.
it's not going to affect this woman's sense
Would you
of
shut
judgment.
up already, Esposito? Excuse me, Charlie. Yeah, pizza and pool.
You see, that's what I respect about her. She don't play favorites.
I'll see you then.
Better get started on homework, young man. It's getting late.
The sub didn't give us any. Mom, you never smoked pot, did you?
I'll tell you the truth, Michael. Yes, I did.
You did? How old were you?
A lot older than you. I was 17.
Did you like it?
Marijuana?
Josh says it makes him feel good. He was giggling a lot. Did you?
Nah. I gave it up after a few times. I didn't like the feeling of not knowing what I was doing.
Josh says his mother would rather have him smoke it in front of her instead of sneaking around and smoking it.
Well, I don't happen to agree with Josh's mother.
Dope is dangerous, especially for somebody young like you whose body's still growing.
Josh says his mother said that's why they grow their own. So there isn't anything weird in it.
Is that so? Josh sure has a lot to say, doesn't he?
You really gave me a communion gift, huh?
Oh, yeah. Timmy and me go all the way back to the old Democratic Club on Ocean Avenue. Three boy on the corner. I mean, he's a sweetheart. And generous, too.
Maybe to a fault.
Hey, come on, Chrissy. Even the best of us make mistakes. We are only human, after all. Your shot.
He's a judge, Charlie. We expect him to be more than human. That's why I'm going after him. 4 in the corner.
Hey, hold on, hold.
What?
Hold, just a minute. Look, I don't very often ask you for a favor, do I? I'm asking you for one now. Please, would you lay off Tim O'Grady?
I smelled this one coming a mile away, Charlie, a mile away.
Chrissy, believe me, the guy is a real prince. A cop couldn't have a better friend
Don't
than
do this to me, Charlie.
I mean, you ought to see the way he leans on these slime balls in court, handing out stiff sentences.
Yeah, well, this loan shark is a slime ball, too, and he's got a friend in court. Your friend.
Okay, let's talk about my friend. The guy who, when the neighborhood needs a stop sign, goes out to bat for you.
Fine, 3 in the corner.
And a guy that you can count on to holler loud while the boys are turning your park into a parking lot.
That's what he's supposed to do, Charlie. That's his job.
Chrissy, Tim has got a bum ticker and he's up for re-election. I mean, you really want to crucify a guy for having one harmless little drink?
You know what you asked me to do, Pop?
Oh, come on. Will you don't play Girl Scout with me? You gonna stand there and tell me you never turned your head before?
It's your shot. Your shot.
Oh. But listen, let me tell you. All right. Maybe he made a little mistake here, huh? But the bottom line is when you see a friend in trouble, you want to lend him a hand. It's the way it works. Doing favors. That's what makes the world work. Come on.
So we came up empty today. We turned one of Rakubian's customers, and we will nail the guy. He's so damn sure of himself.
Why shouldn't he be? He's got a judge in his pocket.
Are we on that again?
Some of us never left it, Christine.
What did it take to get through to you? This thing is too big to rush. You can't just hurl accusations at a judge without some concrete evidence.
Maybe we ought to let the DA decide what we got.
Cagney.
What?
Keeler called for you again.
I'm telling him I moved to Tahiti. Mary Beth, these judges are part of the old boy network. We cross one of them. You know the flack we're going to take?
So what you're saying is you want to end this thing against O'Grady?
No, damn it. That isn't what I'm saying. I'm saying we have to have some proof before we move. For all we know, the man could have been having a harmless drink with Rakubian. He could be clean.
Who's talking here, you or Charlie?
Excuse me.
What in the hell?
You were looking for the Emmys report on the Zalman
You
shooting?
couldn't leave it on my desk?
I thought you might want to act on this right away.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were looking for points.
Well, the lieutenant asked me to give it to you. I don't need to impress you, Sergeant.
Are you accusing me of turning my head because Charlie and O'Grady are friends?
I did not accuse you of anything.
Hell, you did.
Conference, Christine.
No momento. Hang on a second.
What I am saying is I understand what it's like to be pushed into something against your better judgment.
Nobody is pushing me into anything, including you. I'm doing what I think is right.
It is our responsibility to get that lousy crook off the bench, Christine.
Mary Beth, following orders is not your strong suit.
Who? I get the drift, Sergeant.
I was not talking about the evaluations.
When you grade me on ethics, you're gonna flunk me there, too?
Cagney?
What's up, Lieutenant?
The storm clouds about the wrinkle in the Rakubian case?
It's the evaluations. It couldn't have come at a worse time, Lieutenant.
A little bit of officer wisdom, Cagney. You do the job, then tomorrow comes anyway. Some coffee?
Sure. You've become a philosopher, Lieutenant.
Every day, just about this time, all squad commanders become philosophers.
Are we having the same coffee?
Oh, yours is older. You have earned the good stuff.
Thank you.
The job.
God love it. What the hell is this?
Must have mixed them up. Yeah.
I beg your pardon?
Well, the tea was for me. I'm on the wagon. It's my gut. Can you do me a favor, will you? You just keep this between us, okay?
Oh. To the job.
We move all the way out here, and Michael, he isn't thinking about tree houses. All he wants to ask about is getting high. The Bensons did this, Mary Beth, and it stinks. Are you listening to me?
I've been listening to you all night, Harvey.
Those people are breaking the law, and you could do something about it.
I am not going to play cop in my own neighborhood. This is my home. I'm off duty here.
I thought cops were never off duty. How come you lug that damn gun around with you all the time?
You want to fight about that now, too?
I am trying to make a point here.
What do you want from me? Next week, you're going to send me out to give tickets for double parking and
Mary
disturbing
Beth,
the peace?
hey, you were in outer space now. We are trying to do something for our son.
Michael did all right for himself.
Okay, where does it stop, huh? When they start giving dope to every kid in the neighborhood? What happens when 6 kids get together? You think Michael will come running home then?
I trust our son.
So do I. It's the Bensons I don't trust. One of us has got to do something.
I'm the one that made the promise, Harvey. If anybody breaks, it's going to be me.
So?
So what?
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to finish hanging these drapes.
We have got a problem here.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Oh, just passing by.
Fine, keep passing.
See, like I said, she's a great disciplinarian.
Esposito.
And firm, very firm. Cagney, what gives with the evaluations? The lieutenant wants to know.
Coleman, I am working on them. I only have a few left.
Well, let's not take forever here. I mean, I got people clamoring for the results.
Thank you, Coleman. Mary Beth, I was thinking about yesterday.
I've been thinking about it, too.
Okay, well, I wanted to tell you.
No, let me tell you first. Yesterday, I gave you a hard time about Judge O'Grady, and I was wrong. It's not so cut and dried, especially if you know it could hurt somebody that you love.
Mary Beth.
So whatever you decide to do, I'm not going to do any squawking.
I say we go nail ourselves a judge. Mr. Strickland, the man was seen publicly hoisting drinks with a loan
The
shark.
very same loan shark was Casey threw out on a practically invisible technicality.
Ladies, from what you're telling me, at worst, at very worst, he's guilty of poor judgment in drinking companions. Okay?
Sir, may I remind you of the Judicial Conduct Code, Article 13B, quote, one cause for the removal of a jurist is delinquency affecting general character and fitness for office, unquote.
Look, Judge O'Grady has a long and solid record. You know what I'm saying? Now, are you people really willing to destroy his career over this?
Well, then we'll just have to put this one on file, won't we?
Ah, gee. The lieutenant is so touchy about this type of thing. He's probably going to want us to forward our findings to the department's legal division.
Mm-hmm. Knowing those headhunters, they're going to be asking all kinds of questions, like why we didn't give this evidence to the DA in the first place.
All right. Ladies,
Yes,
may I?
please.
Personally, I think there's a lot of smoke with no fire. But seeing as how you're so insistent, I'll forward this to the Judiciary Fitness Committee.
You are a champion of jurisprudence, Mr. Strickland.
I love it when they're underwhelmed.
That's a start, Christine. We dig deeper, that's all.
Cagney Lacey messages.
Thank you.
Circumstantial, my butt. You think everybody's going to believe he was being impartial when he dismissed his drinking buddy?
Let's go for ironclad, Chris. I think we can turn Rakubian.
Yeah. I went to Charlie to tell him.
Of course you do.
Hey, Chrissy.
Hi, Jim. That's the reason that I came. What the hell's he doing here?
What do you mean, what the hell's he doing here? He's my friend. He came invited.
Oh, excuse me, Charlie. I didn't mean to impose. I came by to tell you something, but it seems that his honor's already gotten to you first. Strickland sure didn't waste any time spreading the word to you, did he?
You got no call to talk like that.
I'm sorry, I forgot, Charlie. You're pals.
Back off, Chrissy.
And, of course, the greatest gesture of friendship of all is that he's pushed you off the wagon.
Knock it off. That's enough.
It's okay, Charlie. Rosary should be over. I've got to pick up Maureen.
Oh. Be careful, Your Honor. Drinking and driving is dangerous.
For the record, young lady, your father is my friend. If anyone pushed him off the wagon, it was you.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Let's see it to me. I gave that man my word of honor that everything would be taken care of. You can't count your own flesh and blood. Who can you count on?
I didn't make you any promises, Charlie.
Did it ever occur to you what this might mean to me? Or was nailing Tim O'Grady too big a notch in your belt to resist?
You may have forgotten, Charlie, but I am a cop. I do have responsibility.
Yeah, well, the hell with them. Your family and your friends come first.
He's your friend, no friend of mine.
I mean, Christine, he is your friend. You don't even realize it. You know, sometimes getting a detective shield doesn't depend on merit alone. Sometimes you need a little influence, a little push and shove.
Go on, Charlie.
Man made a few phone calls. Next thing you know, you and Lacey got your promotion. You figure it out. I mean, you did have to rate pretty high to even be in the running. Doesn't hurt to have a friend in your corner.
You asked him to do that and you didn't tell me?
I didn't ask him to do anything, Chrissy. He did it because he wanted to do it.
It's the biggest crock I ever heard in my life.
Craig.
Mrs. Benson?
Well, I'm Rhonda Benson.
I'm Mary Beth Lacey.
Michael's mother. Oh, I'm glad to meet you. Won't you come in?
I don't think so. I'm also Detective Lacey, ma'am. 14th Precinct, Manhattan.
Oh, I didn't know you were a police officer.
I'm here to tell you that you are never to offer marijuana to my son again.
Are you arresting me, Mrs. Detective Lacey?
No, ma'am. I'm here because I'm Michael's mother. I'm doing you a favor. This is not an official visit. But you better clean up your act, lady, and get rid of that crap you're growing. Well, my next visit here will be very official. Michael, let's go, kiddo. Getting late. You hear me knocking?
I heard.
Everybody is downstairs already.
I'm not going to school.
Oh, yes, you are, young man. Here. Here's your favorite gray striped shirt and your not-so-favorite gray pants. Let's get to it.
I said I'm not going.
Michael, I apologize. I should have talked to you beforehand. I should have told you that I was going to have to break that promise.
You said you would never do that again.
Yes, I said that. I'm sorry that I broke the promise, but I'm not sorry I did what I did.
It was like you didn't trust me.
I do. I do. I said you did the right thing to come to me. I'm proud of you for that.
I can't trust you anymore.
Michael, you can trust me. Look at me. You can trust me to protect you until you're old enough to protect yourself. I should never have made that promise, Michael, but you should not have asked me. I did what I did because I love you.
Mrs. Benson is a very nice person.
She may be, but she allows dope in her house, and I can't approve of that. No matter how you slice it, that's against the law.
I don't like it that you're a cop.
I would feel the same about this even if I wasn't a cop.
But you are.
Yeah. And I'm your mother. How about if Josh can come over here even if I can't let you go over there?
He doesn't want to be my friend anymore.
Well, that's a shame. That's his loss. I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Who am I going to have lunch with now?
There's other kids. There's kids that don't do dope. You'll see. Come on. Now, here we go. Come on. Oh, come on. Come on.
All right, so who's going to be number 2?
I want to be in the top 5. Want to wager?
What makes you so sure Lacey will get first place?
Come on, Cagney's doing the ratings.
What's she going to do, flunk her?
Marcus, if you were evaluating, I'd end up number 1, am I right?
What kind of odds you give, man? 2 to 1, it's in the cards. You want to bet against fate?
Marcus, am I right?
2 to 1 on who? You or Lacey?
Either way, it's a shoo-in.
I'll take a piece of you.
Ooh, like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll still take your money.
Marcus, I know I'd rate you number 1.
Thanks, Victor. You're a pal.
You should come down to the gym with me, Coleman. I could help you.
Nothing the matter with me. I'm in perfect shape. You're the one who's built unnatural.
Morning, Cagney.
Oh, Lieutenant. Lieutenant? Here they are.
The fabled evaluations, huh? I was beginning to wonder if they'd ever get here.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant. It wasn't quite the breeze she said it was going to be.
Well, there are breezes and there are breezes.
So my ex-wife, she reads my tarot cards. She sees me ranking in the top 5.
That is not proof.
Don't you believe in tarot cards?
I am not paying you diddly squat till we know for sure.
The only way we're going to know for sure is if the evaluator herself tells us.
Oh, drop it, Esposito.
Sarge, we need a little help settling a bet.
I haven't finished filling yours out yet.
Is she beautiful or what?
Morning.
Morning.
You're late. I realized that, Christine. I was trying to take care of some family business.
As long as everything's all right at the Lacey house.
David Keeler call again.
Nice shot, Mary Beth. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Detective Lacey, 14th. Yes? Yes. Oh, when was this? What hospital? Yes? Thank you. Thank you. It's a uniform over at St. Vincent's. One of Rakubian's goons did a job on a customer. Messed him up pretty bad, enough so he's ready to roll over on Rakubian.
That's good.
Good? We're talking about dead to rights. Next stop, Judge Timothy M. O'Grady. Oh, come on. What's it take to brighten your day, Sergeant?
Conference, Mary Beth.
I'm listening.
According to Charlie, O'Grady made some calls and peddled his influence to push through our gold shields. I'm real sorry, Mary Beth.
For what? If he made a few phone calls, so what?
For years, we have broken our tails to get where we are, proving ourselves over and over again just to find out from my father that somebody else did it.
What are you talking about? We got our promotions because we earned them.
Yeah, and because O'Grady used his judicial clout.
Sure, yeah, that's what he told your father. Anything to get the credit, Christine. The man's a politician.
I hate that bastard. He's putting the screws to Charlie to pay off some lousy favor. And he's driving a wedge between my father and me, which I'll tell you we don't need right now. I never asked for O'Grady's help. Hell, I didn't need it.
So show him.
I don't owe the man a damn thing. Whatever I got on my own, with my own sweat. He's got no piece of me. How about you?
If we don't bring him in now, he's gonna own us.
You got a lot of nuts and bolts dragging me down here like this.
Sit down. Forget the slap on the wrist. We're gonna have you tried as a persistent felony offender.
Minimum 15 to life.
Get out of here. You got nothing on me.
Well, the DA doesn't take too well to loan sharks who beat up their customers.
Hey, I never even touched the guy. Look, it's his word against mine. This is still America, isn't it?
It sure is, Buster. And juries are very sympathetic to victims with broken faces.
Get the picture, Rakubian?
Look, lady, I've been on a ledge before. I got friends. I always land on my feet.
Well, you can forget that because your friend in court is in pretty serious trouble. As a matter of fact, his robes are about to be up for grabs.
Do yourself a favor, Mr. Rakubian. We're the only friends you've got now.
A man like you isn't exactly built to do hard time. You know what I mean?
What can I do for you, ladies?
We have a gift for you and the Judiciary Fitness Committee.
More gossip on Judge O'Grady, huh?
Read it at your leisure. Our old friend Rakubian spilled his guts on the judge. It's amazing, actually. Once he started, we couldn't get him to stop.
Seems that he and the good judge have been trading favors for years.
Well, I suppose it's worth looking into.
We think so. Oh, I'm real sorry about the copies. We had the original delivered upstairs to your boss.
He said something about wanting us all to have a meeting on this as soon as you were prepared.
We thought Wednesday'd be nice.
You got any coffee?
Tell you, chocolate isn't chocolate anymore.
You know, it's the same thing with a challah. You can't get a challah anymore. There's no tradition.
Danke. Bei uns, in my Gegend, als es heute hat Washington, ist es kein Mensch gewinnt a challah. Unmöglich.
Ich gedenke, als mein Bubbe gemacht hat, es was das
Da, Bubbe, was ist mein Bubbe? Lauf hat dasselbe sagen.
Yeah.
No, Butch.
Bus?
Come on, I've been looking for the two of you since you got back. How did it go?
Well, Strickland seems to be experiencing a rush of fresh enthusiasm, Lieutenant. As a matter of fact, I believe he's going to be filing the charges personally.
Some words are sweeter than others, sir.
Good work.
You mean Mazel Tov, sir?
Hey, Lacey, you're becoming a lunchman.
Shine of duck, sir.
Cagney, you better prepare yourself. There's a reception committee in there awaiting your arrival.
What's the occasion?
The evaluations. By the way, Sergeant, nice job.
Sergeant Cagney, thank you.
Somewhat inflexible? Since when do I have an inflexible attitude? I'm a walking rubber band.
Come on, guys, give me a break.
Look, so maybe I have a problem with communication. I'm the strong, silent type. But citing me for appearance? Honey, you better get your eyes checked.
Come on, Victor. You remember the fishnet shirts?
Oh, look who's defending her here. Mr. Top-rated cop himself.
Oh, grow up, Victor.
Hey, she's got the hots for me. She just likes
Look,
you
you
better.
guys got a problem. It's your prerogative to appeal.
Cagney, you were rushed. Now I want you to take your time and sleep on it.
Payment time, Esposito.
Oh, get out of town. All bets are off pending the outcome of my appeal.
You need a sawbuck, you welcher.
I tried like hell to be fair. Believe me, I did.
You had decisions to make. I am sure you made them as honestly and objectively as you possibly could.
So you're all right with this?
Yeah.
You sure?
Oh, sure, I'm sure.
You probably weren't too happy with the part about being rigid in your approach.
You were the sergeant. You call him like you see him.
Look, it is good to have opinions, and your opinions are good. And when push comes to shove, you always follow orders. Most of the time.
Uh-huh.
And the part about being indecisive, maybe I was a little hard on you there. Maybe I was a little hard on you through the whole thing. Maybe I didn't want people to think I was doing favors.
Hey,
It is not the most important thing in the world. I'll live, okay?
Okay.
Don't worry about it, all right?
All right. Anyway, you came in third. See, it's not like being the bottom of the barrel.
May we drop this?
Sure. I'm not perfect yet in my job. And there's nobody anywhere I'd rather have as a partner.
Me either.